Welcome to Sectional Friday and Fast Play Sports coverage of this sectional game between the Kokomo Wildcats and the Lafayette Harrison Raiders. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. Our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. We are live here from Harrison High School. And Devin, of course, you can't quite see it on the monitor yet, but we have seen plenty of snow falling here in Lafayette tonight.
Yeah, we're below 40 degrees. It's rainy. It's windy. It's raining sideways here at Harrison. It's a cold one. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever played in a football game as cold as it is today.
Well, I've been in colder, but that doesn't mean anything. I'll tell you, this sectional game tonight is going to be a test of wills for these young Indiana high school student athletes. But as we set the stage for this game tonight, this is the second week of sectionals and the IHSAA football state tournament presented by the Indianapolis Colts. This is week 2. The byes were last week for Harrison and for Kokomo and for Westfield and for McCutcheon. So there's a couple of other games that are going on here in Lafayette tonight that are going to be impactful because the winner of this game is going to face the winner between Westfield and McCutcheon. Last week, Lake Central beat Lafayette Jeff by the score of 41-6. Indianapolis Cathedral beat Richmond 49-13. New Haven beat Logansport 38-14. New Palestine beat Muncie Central 61-7. The only NCC team to get a victory in the first round of the sectional was Marion of all teams.
Yeah, how about that? Winless.
They beat Jay County 38-20. But look at those scores. Over 38 plus for all of these opponents against NCC teams. We have 2 conference opponents here tonight with Kokomo and Harrison. We'll see what they can muster in this weather against each other. We'll talk more as we set up this ball game coming up for you here as we're ready for football on a cold Halloween night from Lafayette. Stay right here with us. We are Fast Play.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them in the Kokomo Tribune and at kokomotribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Just about time to go to work here from Harrison as they played the national anthem for the crowd here. As you see across the stands over on the visitor side, not a lot of folks from the Kokomo side have actually gone over to populate the stands. There's no escaping the wind and rain here as the stadium goes north-south. The wind right out of the north-northeast blows right into the main grandstand here in front of the press box. And like I said, the elements are going to be challenging for the fans as well as the cheerleaders and of course, those players. What kind of a passing game do you think they're going to have tonight?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see any passing game. Both these teams are predominantly 95% run. The ball is going to be on the ground tonight. The tail of the tape is going to be all about the defense tonight, Alan. Whichever defense comes up with the stops early in the game, I think is going to run away with this game.
Well, Fast Play Sports is proud to present this sectional tournament game from Lafayette tonight. Kokomo is facing Harrison here at 7 o'clock. Tonight, Marion, in their second game of the sectional, is going to face Norwell. Fort Wayne Snyder is at Huntington North. Anderson is at Indianapolis Cathedral. And, of course, across town here in Lafayette, Westfield is playing McCutcheon. The only undefeated team in all of 5A this year came out of Lafayette.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great game. I think Westfield is better than what people associate them to be because they play such better competition than the NCC does, in my opinion. So watch out for that game. I got Westfield with the upset.
Last year's sectional champion. I see how you're going. The Harrison Raiders in the NCC for 2014 had a 6-1 record. Their only loss coming to McCutcheon. They were able to roll through everybody else, including Kokomo, in a wild game that was played just about 3 weeks ago. And we'll talk about the drive coming up here shortly that helped the Raiders beat the Cats at Kokomo in the regular season. The Wildcats finished the NCC record 5-2. They're third in the conference after the regular season. They had losses to McCutcheon and to Harrison. And, of course, for Kokomo, in all the years of football, they had never, ever defeated the Harrison Raiders.
Yeah, 0-5. I mean, I had one of those losses to Harrison. It's tough. Kokomo is eager for their first victory against this team, and what better way to do it right now than sectional play?
We'll come right back here in Fast Play Sports coverage of the sectional game and talk about the drive, which was the first possession of the second half against Kokomo when Harrison was down 14-6 at half against Kokomo. And we'll talk about that after these messages. You're watching Fast Play Sports. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and/or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit. Sold at Button.
Well, the Harrison Raiders take the field in front of the sectional game here. As Fast Play Sports covers this sectional game. This is a, what do they call it? It's not the final, sectional final. It's the next sectional semifinal here tonight. So as we get ready to present this game to you here on Fast Play Sports, presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Let's talk about the last time these two teams met in the regular season. It was back on, I believe, the 13th or something like that of October, about 3 weeks ago. And Kokomo was having its way against Harrison. It looked like for the very first time that Kokomo was going to win against Harrison. Halftime score, 14-6, and Kokomo had the momentum. Harrison took the second half kickoff, brought the ball out to the 31-yard line to begin the second half of the drive. And then they ran a 17-play, 69-yard drive for a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie the game, and taking off 7 minutes and 48 seconds of the third quarter. Kokomo's offense was on the bench from halftime all the way to that mark in the third quarter, and it was homecoming for Kokomo, so they had an extended halftime show, it was almost an hour before the Kokomo offense ever saw the football field again, and they were as flat as a pancake. They probably ran 3 or 4 consecutive 3-and-outs when they finally did get the ball. Every time Harrison had the ball, they were scoring. And of course, they ended up winning that game, 42-14.
Yeah, it was upsetting to see because Kokomo actually played a tremendous first half. They came out firing on all cylinders. They really looked good in that first half. Took a, I forget what the lead was at half. Was it 7 points or 6?
14-6.
So 8-point lead going into half. They looked great, and it was just an absolute flip-flop of roles in the game. I mean, Harrison was doing what Kokomo does to many teams, and what Coach Colby prides his offense in, taking 7-minute drives and putting 7 points on the board. That's exactly what Harrison did to Kokomo.
They just stymied Kokomo in that second half, and they went back and won the game, and it was their 5th consecutive win in the history of these two teams playing football. They're doing the coin toss at midfield right now. We'll take one more quick commercial break, and then we'll be ready for the kickoff here from Harrison. Sectional Friday here in Fast Play Sports. We are Fast Play.
Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
The AP Tip-In is a training and incentive program for teachers and students to help increase AP scores in math, science, and English. The year before the grant, we had 79 passing AP scores in math, science, and English. In year 1 of the grant, we increased that to 139. Our enrollment has gone from 353 in math, science, and English last year to 489 this year.
And we're ready for the kickoff here of this sectional contest between Lafayette Harrison and Kokomo. Our first quarter of play presented by KT Sports. The Kokomo Tribune's coverage of our game tonight will be seen in the Saturday edition of the Kokomo Tribune. Off we go. Kokomo receives the kick, and we'll take the ball out at about 5-yard line. And here comes Kokomo's number 20. That's Jordan Rollins. He is going to get the swarm of that kickoff team from the Raiders, and he brings the ball out to just about, looks like the 19-yard line.
Well, not a great return for Kokomo, but when you face this kind of field position, all you want to do is take a ton of time off the clock. This is what Kokomo wants. I talked to assistant coach Austin Colby before the game today. He said Kokomo wants the ball first, and they want to be the first one to strike with points on the board.
Our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. The ball's on the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for Kokomo. First drive of this sectional contest from Lafayette Harrison here tonight. Kyle Wade under center. He's the quarterback, number 7. He's a freshman. He's going to hand off this time. Looks like Baker on the first carry of the game, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play.
Yeah, absolutely nothing there for Baker. Kokomo looking a little flat. Allen, these elements are going to have a huge factor in the game. It's tough, especially firing off the line when the ground is this wet. When your foot-to-foot splits, I'm telling you, it is tough to get off the ball.
This Kokomo squad is facing this strong wind, which is diminished somewhat here at kickoff time. I'd say it's probably 10 to 15 miles an hour, but it's driving that snow and rain right into the face of these offensive players. This will be running room along the right side for number 1, and that's been Kokomo's leading rusher so far this year, Jerron Gray.
And he did a good job of getting some second chance yards right there. He was met, made a nice move to the outside, picked up a couple extra ones.
Just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and less than 1 for Kokomo here, and this is the kind of thing when you're basically at about the 28-yard line, you got to get this first down.
Yeah, give it to Jordan Holloman right up the gut. He is a huge factor for this Kokomo offense. I mean, he has a ton of yards this season. Big boy, he can get them very easily.
Yeah, I don't see Holloman in the game right now. Baker's trying to block for Jordan. Well,
yeah, who is that at fullback?
Gray, but I don't know. That was Baker in the fullback. Well, there's All right, it's kind of confusing. We're looking through raindrops here in the press box. It'd probably see better on the monitor, but
shut these lights off. It'd be a
yeah,
lot easier to see.
they actually backed him up a little bit. There was just no blocking on that right side, and Jerron Gray could not get momentum to get to that first down. But they're going to go for it here on 4th down. This is
do or die situation.
Yeah, one and done. If you don't get it, it's time to go. Kokomo on 4th down.
They got it.
Jerron Gray gets enough running room that time to get the first down, and they convert on 4th down. That was critical.
Yeah, that was an absolute do-or-die moment right there. A gutsy call by Brett Colby, but it works out and keeps this Kokomo drive alive.
1st and 10 for Kokomo. 32-yard line is where they are in their own territory. This is the first possession of the game for Kokomo. And 4 downs to get that first down is in Kokomo's benefit because they're taking time off the clock and putting ice on that Harrison offense on the bench. Pitch it out to Baker this time. He's got some running room, but gets tripped up as he tries to cross the 35-yard line, and it's as far as he gets, so it's a short gain on 1st down.
Yeah, not very appealing to the eye right there, but that gets the job done. That is a gain of 3+ yards, and it was a nice kick-out block. I was checking out Jordan Holloman in the game right there. It was a great kick-out block, opened up the hole wide open. Easy pickup of 4 for Kokomo. That's what you got to do in this offense.
Linebacker number 7, Seth Myers for Harrison. He's been quite a menace here on this first drive as he's been filling those gaps and getting to those Kokomo running backs. 2nd and 6 to go here on this play for the line of scrimmage. Give it to Holloman that time, the fullback, and boy, right there, a swarm of Raiders defenders stop Holloman after about a 1-yard gain, perhaps.
Yeah, just not a lot of push off the line of scrimmage. Kokomo standing up, and you'll see on the replay here, just watch the right side of the line. Harrison, not a lot of penetration, but Kokomo just not getting pushed, slipping off your blocks, and with it being this wet, it's going to be very easy to slip off blocks.
Sturgeon, who, of course, plays the quarterback position on offense, plays linebacker on defense, and he was right in there on that stop. 3rd down, go back to pass. Oh, tipped up in the air, and it's intercepted. Harrison intercepts a Kyle Wade pass on that 3rd down. He had Baker open, and they haven't tackled him yet. He's inside the 10-yard line. Intercepting the pass was the safety, Jeep Morehouse, for Lafayette, and that's a big momentum switch right there.
Kyle Wade had the defense beat right there. The receiver was in the secondary. You'll see right here. All he has to do is deliver a touch pass. Not enough arc over the ball. It being tipped allows number 10 to make a tremendous catch. What an interception by the Harrison Raiders.
Puts the ball, trying to look here, it should be just inside the 10-yard line. That's 1st and goal for the first touch on offense for the Harrison Raiders. They got a tremendous opportunity to capitalize on that turnover and get the first score in this ball game.
And this could be huge for the Raiders.
And there's Sturgeon, number 8, quarterback for Lafayette, Harrison, and the Raiders. He's going to does a fake, and it's a handoff to Green, number 2 on the left side. He gets about maybe 5-6 yards on the carry, puts the ball inside the 5-yard line. We'll see what yard marker they actually give him on that run, but it was a nice diversion as he faked out that Kokomo defense.
Yeah, it's all about carrying out your fakes. You didn't catch a look at it right there, but the fake by number 25, we got there on Harrison, number 25. Give him some credit. That is Daniel Wright, the halfback, did a good job of carrying out that fake.
And they switch off between Wright and Green on the ball carries, and I'll tell you, they'll have about even yardage at the end of this game. This time they give it back to Green, hole up the middle, and no signal yet. It's going to be short of the short of the end zone anyway. It's going to bring her up about 3rd and perhaps 2 left to go. 3rd and goal.
Looks like 2, maybe 1.5. It's close. Kokomo's got to step up here, get some penetration, stop Harrison from scoring.
Big defensive stand. Of course, the wind at their back. They could do a field goal if they don't make it here on 3rd down. Up the middle. That's a touchdown. Easy it is for Wright. Daniel Wright, number 25, gets pay dirt on that play, and Lafayette Harrison takes advantage of that interception. Gets the ball 1st and goal inside the 10, and they put it in the end zone.
So those same questions from Kokomo last game unanswered in this first drive. Now, you got to take in factor that Kokomo had terrible field position for their defense right there to start. You never want to have your defense go out on the field and start right there, but that was the issue last game, was stopping the runs up the middle. Kokomo's interior D-line just had trouble.
Well, and of course, 3 weeks ago when these two teams played in the regular season, Kokomo got up on Harrison, and then the tables turned, so you got to hope that happens if you're a Wildcats fan. And Easy does it on the field goal try, and it's good. So the score is 7-0 on our CFD investment scoreboard. We'll be back with the kickoff back to the Wildcats coming up after these messages. We are Fast Play.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at KOKOMOTribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for.
Welcome back to Lafayette and our Sectional Friday telecast here with FastPlaySports. Our game presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. He picked up on a little bit of a change in formation as the Cats had a little different setup on offense last time they had the ball.
And they just changed the way the wings were set up. They had one guy behind Kyle Wade in an I formation with the other wing to the side. I mean, it just looked so different for a second. I didn't catch it. That tends to be what Kokomo's going with the change of looks offensively.
Here we go again. Kokomo getting the kick after the Lafayette touchdown. And it looked like we had, number 20, Jordan Rollins again getting the kick return. And he brings the ball out to about the 24-yard line this time for Kokomo to set up on offense. They were moving the ball. They had a first down and were moving, and then the third down pass play by Kyle Wade was tipped and intercepted, and the ball brought back to the 9-yard line. That's how much room Harrison had to cover to get their first score. So now this is Kokomo's second possession of the game. 1st and 10 for the Cats. Baker, trouble getting through that offensive line. I tell you, they're having a heck of a time. And you look at number 51, the nose tackle for Harrison, Brett Spitznagel. I mean, he was right in there in the gap. First one to make contact.
Yeah, it looks like their defensive line is pinching right now. Kokomo seems to be having some trouble with that, especially around the interior of their line where most of their plays are run to. But I expect Harrison to keep sending pressure until Kokomo proves they can pass the ball in these terribly wet conditions.
Harrison running a 3-4 defense, 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. So you'd think that, if you can get some push on those 3 linemen, you'd have the running room, but those linebackers are ball hawks. 2nd down. And fake it to the right. Now look at Jerron Gray's got some running room. He's brought down at about the 39-yard line, but that's enough for a first down for Kokomo, and finally some running room.
Yeah, just a little bit of light is all number 1 Jerron Gray needs to get to the second level right there. He got to the 3rd level of the offense, almost broke one deep. Kokomo's going to need to see some breakaway speed from this young man. Nice job. Good hit by
Jeep Morehouse from Harrison makes the hit and gets Gray airborne on that tackle, but not after the first down's accomplished. So the ball's at the 39, 1st and 10 for Kokomo. They're down 7-0 on our CFD investment scoreboard. Kyle Wade under center. Jerron Gray gets the ball again, trying to squirt through the crowd at the line of scrimmage, and they'll finally whistle it dead after about a 1, maybe 2-yard gain on that first down play.
And check out that shot right there, ladies and gentlemen. That just shows you how hard this rain is coming down.
That's snow and rain mix, definitely.
Yeah, cold, chilly, wet. Man, I'm glad that I'm up here.
See the breath of the players and the referees. This is Northwood's ball here tonight, but some of these camera angles don't pick that up, so some of those ground shots definitely get you. 2nd down here and 8 to go for Kokomo. We'll give the ball to Bo Baker, and he's going to show some power as he gets across the 45-yard line for the Cats.
A solid counter play right there. It seems like Harrison might be biting a little on keying on the motion of Kokomo. Right there, going with the counter. A lot of lanes open for Bo Baker to run through. Nice pickup by Kokomo.
Well, it's a good strategy against a 3-4 defense because you get those linebackers to bite in one direction, and then you're able to open that up with the flow of the defense going the opposite way. That counter can work a lot until they stop biting on the fakes. 3rd down and 3 to go here for the Cats. They need this first down and maybe a chance to cross into Harrison territory. Jerron Gray gets some room out there. Well, it's going to be real close to a first down. Right at the yard markers where they brought Jerron Gray down. And you can see now the referee's trying to eyeball this thing and decide they just want to give it to him or if they're going to measure.
I think they're going to have to measure. That looks pretty close from our angle here. Yeah, they're going to measure it. Call timeout for the Chains.
Get the players out of the way. This is really close, so here come the Chains to measure. If Gray had enough yardage for the first down, he had to get 3.
On that last play, Kokomo back in that I formation with a wing, so keep that in mind. Going with a different look. Not much changes. They can still run the majority of the plays that they run with the double tight wing tee.
Our camera's looking at the other end of the Chains, and I think they're short, and they're bringing the chain out now to place the ball on the right hash mark for Kokomo. It's going to be a 4th down play coming up.
What's our camera guy looking at?
They're looking at the wrong end, basically. They need to look at the other end of the chain.
Well, it's tough to see. I mean, I can imagine our camera guy's up there squinting, trying to see through the rain. I don't blame him. They got a tough job on top of this press box.
Definitely 4th down and inches now for Kokomo here. They've had 1 4th down conversion already on that last drive that they had. Of course, a couple plays later, they gave up the ball on an interception. I'm saying quarterback sneak coming up here for Kokomo, and it is. Kyle Wade's going to push his way across, and he gets the first down. Easy does it. As Kokomo had to win in the trenches, and they did.
Great job by Kyle Wade. He just takes a small step to his right, gets behind 2 blockers, wedges himself in there for a gain of 3. That's probably one of the better pickups of the day for this Kokomo offense. Nice job.
Just over the midfield mark here as Kokomo breaks into Harrison territory for the first time in this game. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Just over 4.5 minutes left here in this first quarter. Harrison's up 7-0 on our CFD investment scoreboard. After the turnover, Jerron Gray has the ball off the right side. He's looking for some running room. He barrels his way down to near the 46-yard line on first down. And you see this average now, 3-4 yards a carry. That's not bad.
That's not bad in this offense. You got to think Kokomo will go for it on 4th down if they're within a couple yards. So you pick up 3 yards a carry, you're going to pick up that first down, and you're just eating up a lot of clock. Kokomo seems to be doing what they got to on this drive. They look pretty good.
2nd down and 6 yards to go. Kokomo Wildcats down by a touchdown here in this sectional semifinal game. And there's number 44, the big fullback, Jordan Holloman, rumbles across the next first down marker as he gets probably 6-7 yards on that carry. Look at this.
Yeah, nice, easy first down, and that's just what this man provides. He is that punch in the mouth that Kokomo needs when you're keying on these halfbacks, trying to make sure that they're not getting outside. Jordan Holloman comes right up the gut. Nice pickup by the big fella.
Bo Baker leading the way through the hole for Holloman on that play. 1st and 10 now, the ball at the 38-yard line. Kokomo's moving. The counter again, but that has sniffed out right away. We got about 3 or 4 Raiders on the ball carrier right at the hole. Something went wrong with that blocking scheme.
Well, Harrison sent like 9 people in pressure. I looked up as soon as the ball was snapped, and you could only see the 2 deep safeties back there. That was just a ton of pressure. I expect Harrison to keep up this pressure right now. Expect a lot of blitz packages. Kokomo's going to have to get creative with the playbook, facing 3rd and long possibly.
Loss of 1 on first down, 2nd 11. Going to go right up the middle again this time. That's Holloman with the ball, and he just barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up a couple yards on 2nd down. Now it's a 3rd and long now for Kokomo, and this is where they got into trouble the last possession. They went with a pass play. It was tipped, intercepted, brought back to the 9, and that's how Harrison scored.
That's why I said you face 3rd and long, you got to get creative. And I can't tell you what I think Kokomo would do. I have no clue. I think you have to pass the ball, or maybe just make it a manageable 4th down. You never know, and these conditions are terrible. You don't want to pass the ball if you don't have to, but Tough
Definitely 2 downs to get this accomplished, and they're going to play action, get the ball out there to Baker, but he doesn't really have a chance to get that. So they waste 3rd down on a pass play, couldn't make that happen. And I think the pressure probably caused Kyle Wade to throw that just a bit early.
The coverage was pretty good downfield as well. Just a tough situation to face 3rd and long with these kind of conditions. Pretty much have to pass the ball, and it's tough. Everything from the snap itself to the throw and the completion all have just a ton of difficulty today.
Well, and the Cats are going to be conservative here at this juncture of the ball game. They're going to be looking at a punt. That's Andracius Eddington, who is going to punt the ball away for Kokomo. He's standing at the 49-yard line. Into the wind he goes, and he's going to have more of a line drive kick. Aims it out of bounds, and that just goes into the end zone for the touchback. Harrison's going to set up here on the 20-yard line.
Well, for it being as wet as it was, that was a solid snap. Credit the long snapper for Kokomo right there. He delivered that snap exactly where it needed to be. Unfortunately, Eddington just not pushing the kick far enough right. He about had Harrison pinned down inside the 5.
Good defensive stand for the 3-4 defense of Harrison, and now they get the ball back at the 20. This will be the first true test of the Kokomo defense against this Harrison offense, because before they had the goal line 9 yards away. So we'll see how much more balanced Kokomo's defense is, and it certainly looks like Harrison's going to spread them out a little bit here on 1st down. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. Lots of room there. Nice hole up the middle, crossing the 25-yard line. And that looked like Wright with the ball that time. You'll see the difference. Number 25, Daniel Wright. Great running back. We saw him, in the regular season game have an outstanding game against Kokomo. They'll balance those carries with a guy who's listed as a wideout on the roster, but he lines up the backfield often. Number 2, Cameron Green. You see Green, the deep back this time for Harrison. He's going to get the ball. He's got some speed, but he runs into a stiff Kokomo defensive line, and that was led by number 76, Cameron Fitz, on that play, and that's going to be a 3rd down play here for Harrison coming up.
That was a nice stop by Kokomo, sending the pressure inside, and that's what they got to do. They have to maintain containment on the outsides with their defensive ends, but they have to send a ton of pressure inside. Their line cannot handle Harrison's offensive line. You have to negate these wide receivers way out here, spread out. Send that pressure up the middle. Nice job by Kokomo on the last play.
Our first quarter sponsor, KT Sports, got a good first quarter so far as Harrison crosses the 30-yard line. That should be enough for a 1st down, so they get it on the ground here on 3rd down, and they're going to move the chains.
And there it is, right up the middle. That's the problem area for this Kokomo defense. They do not stop many plays right up the middle. That seems to be the tail of the game for most of the teams they've played. Richmond really didn't have much trouble pounding up the middle. McCutcheon especially. How many times did Blake Elman go deep right up the gut?
2 wideouts here on 1st and 10 for Harrison. 2 guys in the backfield. And they're going to hand off to Green. Green gets mowed down right away. Great read by number 32, Dayon Aldridge for Kokomo. And that's a big loss on that 1st down.
Yeah, that's a huge play. Now you can be a little less aggressive with this defensive call. As long as your coverage is good, your man-to-man coverage, and I trust Kokomo's cornerbacks. They have a couple great cornerbacks out there. So just stop the run, make it a 3rd and long, and Kokomo's looking like they're facing a pretty decent drive defensively.
Talk about those cornerbacks. Jordan Matthews, number 12, and Jordan Rollins, number 20. Those are the corners for Kokomo, and they are good. They can intercept the ball, too. 2nd and long for Harrison. It's going to be a pass play this time. Under pressure and going to be sacked. Nice defensive pressure coming from the middle of the, really the defensive end. Number 46, Jake Delripple. He was in on that play, and a couple of other Cats here on this replay.
And it was the man-to-man coverage from both corners of Kokomo that allowed that play to happen. Great pressure inside by Kokomo, but it's that solid man-to-man coverage when the quarterback drops back and he's reading those first reads. They were locked up. Nice job by Kokomo.
3rd down and 25. And that's going to run the clock out here. That's going to end our first quarter of play here in this sectional contest between Kokomo and Harrison. Our first quarter presented by KT Sports. Thank you guys so much for your support this football season. We'll come back with the 2nd quarter start You're watching Fast Play Sports. We are Fast Play.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at KOKOMOTribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Back underway here as they scramble on a pass play in 3rd and 24, and Kokomo has great coverage and finally swarms to the quarterback after a short gain. That's going to be a punting situation coming up for Harrison.
And this puts Kokomo in a great situation. Probably going to field the punt around the 50-yard line. So they're going to be in plus territory more than likely, and they're going to have a short field to drive. I like Kokomo's chances. And really, I expect a big return here from number 20. He seemed to get it done a lot on the punt return this year. Not too bad.
Jordan Rollins and number 32, Dayon Aldridge, are deep for Kokomo. Here comes the punt. And just as you described, about the 50-yard line is where Rollins picks that up and gets knocked out of bounds immediately on the Kokomo side of the field. But that is decent field position for the Cats coming up, as they will take the ball at the 46-yard line in Harrison territory. Down 7-0 here as our second quarter begins. Our sponsor for second quarter play is Kokomo School Corporation. Glad to have their support of the Wildcats coverage here on Fast Play Sports. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. Our game presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Glad to watch this on Comcast on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. and then again Fridays at noon. Xfinity Channel 81. Wade back to pass. Gets Bo Baker. He's inside the 35, still going. Across the 25 and finally out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Excellent first down pass play for Kokomo.
And that's the spark Kokomo needs. Nice job going with the creative play, catching this Harrison defense off balance. And again, staying with that offset I formation wing. Little different look, so maybe that's the difference in Kokomo's success.
And that is the same play they called. It got tipped and intercepted and gave Harrison that scoring opportunity, and he took advantage of it. So Kokomo made it work that time as the ball's on the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Starting to get to the red zone here for Kokomo for the first time here in the second quarter. And they blow the play dead, flag on the play, and that's going to be false start on Kokomo, so that's going to bring the ball back 5 yards, set them back 1st and 15.
So that's one thing. I don't know if Kokomo has thrown the set in at all year. Have you seen this? I haven't seen it. The games we've covered Kokomo, so maybe that's a tough thing to do in sectionals, because you saw right there it was
on the penalty?
Yeah, it was Holloman on his motion, and it's just a different motion. So, these kids are so used to the double tight wing T motions. Holloman right there, a little bit different, and that seemed to be what caused Kokomo to jump.
Still first down, but 15 to go. They're going to pitch it out to Bo Baker. Holloman gets out there to block, and then Bo Baker somehow breaks his way through. He's still going. He's not down yet. He may have enough for the first down.
Wow, that was a great run by Bo. He almost got tackled for a loss, made the defender miss, and he got an extra 11 yards after that contact. You'll see it here. Watch, just a slip tackle. Harrison had him behind the line of scrimmage. Nice job by number 3.
Yeah, Bo Baker's not giving up. That senior gets the first down for sure. Are they not going to get? They're going to mark him out of bounds, just short of that first down marker. 2nd and inches coming up for Kokomo, but the ball's on the 14-yard line. They have a chance to score.
Now give it to Holloman up the middle. Don't get too fancy here.
I throw it, but they go with Holloman, and he's going to get the touchdown on that play. What a run by Jordan Holloman, just as Devin called it, right up the middle. The offensive line blocks beautifully, and boy, Kokomo has a chance to tie.
Man, he looks really good right there. Watch the motion. Watch how hard he hits the hole. Just gets up to the third level. He has safety to beat. I'm not going around him. I'm going right through him. Great job by the big boy, Jordan Holliman.
Yeah, and I really wanted to give senior right tackle number 72, Andrew Doherty, credit for blocking, but he really didn't have to do much. Holliman got that pretty much on his own once he got past the line of scrimmage. So we'll have a extra point try by S.A. Dunn, the kicker for the Kokomo Wildcats. The ball is down. Oh, Wade bobbles it, so now he's looking for some help and can't get it, so that's going to be no good. No conversion, so 7-6 the score on the CFD Investment scoreboard, and we're in the second quarter of play with 10:42 to go. And we'll take a quick break and come right back here to this sectional Friday night play. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
Three. They both have three.
Back we are. Fast Play Sports coverage of this sectional Friday night, the semifinal game. These two teams seeing a bye in week one of the sectional tournament presented by the Indianapolis Colts. So this is the second week of sectional play, and we've got a great one here in the first half as Kokomo scored a touchdown, failed on the conversion, so it's 7-6 Harrison, and here comes the kickoff. Harrison bringing the ball back, hesitating a little bit, and there's great coverage by the kick team as number 22 for Kokomo gets on the ball carrier, and number 22, you've misplaced my roster. Thank you, sir. And that's number 22, Jesse Johnson, the junior for Kokomo, on that tackle. Nobody's taken any timeouts in this game thus far.
How about this? I got a score from across the state. The other Howard County team, the only other Howard County team in a sectional, Western tied 8-8 with Yorktown. Yorktown's a pretty good football team.
1st and 10 for Harrison. Got a man in motion. They'll hand off right up the middle, and that's right again this time, and a big run up the middle all the way out to the 43-yard line on first down, and boy, oh boy, all that motion had that 4-4 defensive Kokomo sucked in, and they gave up a big one right there.
I feel like I'm repeating myself, but, I mean, here you go again, right up the middle. I've been saying it all game long, Kokomo has to step up, but Wright doing a nice job of spinning off that initial contact. That's a nice amount of yards after contact.
1st and 10, ball on the 44 for Harrison, still in Kokomo territory. And handoff this time to Wright again. Wright almost the same hole again, and he's got about a 6-yard carry on first down.
Man, he hit that hole hard. He really did. He looked pretty nice on that run. We'll see if we can take a look at it on the replay. I want to see just how downhill he looks. And you shouldn't allow a running back to have that kind of freedom, but he looked like he was running straight downhill. Nice pickup by Wright.
Daniel Wright, a senior for Harrison, 5'7", 190 pounds. He'll be the lone man in the backfield this time. He's going to take another handoff up the middle. That time Kokomo gets on top of him short of the first down. So they'll spot it about 1.5 yards short. So 3rd down coming up as Harrison crosses over into Kokomo territory here on this drive. Leading the game 7-6 on our CFD Investment scoreboard. You'll be able to tell who's been playing in this game. They're going to have muddy, wet jerseys to show for it. What will Harrison do on 3rd down? Hand off to Wright. He gets stuffed in the middle. It's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but I think the spin from Wright allowed him to get it again. Hit initially at the line of scrimmage, spinning off contact, picking up 1 yard. That's going to be real close. I think they're going to have to measure that one.
He is just shy of the 46-yard line, and they are going to measure to see if he got the first down. That was a 3rd down play for Harrison, and they have done a good job of keeping Daniel Wright moving the ball for this Harrison offense on this possession. This is the third possession of the game for Harrison. They scored on their first, which was after a interception of Kokomo's Kyle Wade. They had to go cover 9 yards to get that only score that they've had in this game, and that is so close. That's going to be short.
That's what we call a couple chain links right there.
Oh,
that is literally
my.
2 chain links of space right there. I don't even think Eric Harmon, White Hat right there, is given that justice. That was a small margin of.
And that is just where the referee put the ball down. I mean, he could have put it 2 chain links to the left, and it would have been a first down, but it's not going to be. They're going to carry it to 4th down. But, I mean, how easy is this to get?
Oh, it's so easy, and that's the thing. That's been the way that both of these games, the game that they played last time and this game, have went. You get two runs for about 4 yards, then you face a 3rd and short. Really, it doesn't matter because you're probably going to pick up that first down, and then you just repeat it the next set of downs and then the next set of downs and just march up the field. That's what good ball clubs that keep the ground attack do, and that's what both of these teams have pretty much been doing today. Harrison probably doing a little bit better job of it.
Buttrell and Freeman in the middle of that Kokomo defensive line. Fitz and Dalrymple on the ends of that offense or defensive line. They've got to pinch it together to stop this momentum on 4th and 2 chain links, and it's going to be tough. Boy, they're going to continue to pump their leg. The ball comes out. Now they're fighting for it. They blow the ball dead, and they're going to do that right at the line of scrimmage to say that the forward momentum had stopped. And it looks like they'll have enough for that first down.
See that referee on the far side of the field, his spot looks exactly the same as to where the ball was before. I don't know.
Well, I can see if they get it to the 46, it's probably, that should be enough. He'll have that first down by maybe 2 chain links the other direction this time. You watch.
It's going to be close, that's for sure. I know these chain guys are getting their
I'd love to see the
replay
replay on this because where and when did the ball come out? They end up blowing it dead, but that's going to be close enough. And it's there. Yeah, you could just tell. But look at the ball. Where does the ball come out? Where did that? You can't see on the replay when the ball came out.
It came out. We can't really hear the whistles up here. We don't know if the play was actually dead or not. But it was that was a great stand. You have to credit Kokomo for a great stand on 4th down.
Yeah, that was. That's a difficult. It was a big pile, and that ball came squirting out. I just can't imagine that ball wasn't loose before the whistle blew. That's just how I see it, and playing and seeing this game so many years. But it's a first down for Harrison. They've crossed over into Kokomo territory, ball at the 46. And the clock continues to roll here as Harrison has the ball, and that's the thing. Kokomo's got to get a stop. Man in motion. Fake it to right, hand it to Green. Green's got some running room, but he's caught by number 12, Jordan Matthews, but it's going to be probably a 5-6 yard gain. He was drugged down by the jersey on first down.
Yeah, defense just over pursues a little too much. Great job of Green hitting that cutback lane. It was wide open. Credit whoever made the tackle for Kokomo because he was probably the only guy to beat. Matthews was probably the only guy to beat here. Check out this cutback lane. Recognizes that hole's not open. Well, cutback lane, there it is. And nice job by Matthews. Tough to keep a grip with these slippery conditions.
And Green's got some speed. He can take off. He's a good-sized kid. 4 yards to go here on 2nd down. Green with the ball again, but he gets tackled. Almost looked like Doherty playing some defense for Kokomo, and that is who's there on defense. Number 72, Andrew Doherty, trying to put a little more size on the defensive line for Kokomo.
And it
worked.
How familiar is this set of downs compared to the last set of downs?
Yeah.
It's a nice pickup on first down and mediocre pickup on second. Then you're facing 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. I mean, this is just consistency by Harrison.
3rd down and 2 to go for Harrison on this drive. They're facing the wind, which still blows 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the north. Hand the ball off to right. He finds enough room. It's going to be close once again. Short of the first down, according to the spot we see as the referees and those linesmen are going to mark the ball. Short of the first down, another 4th down conversion coming up for the Harrison Raiders.
Well, these last 2 sets of downs have taken a good 2.5 minutes off the clock. This is exactly what Kokomo does to teams week in and week out. So Kokomo seems to know how it feels right now.
A lot of room here on this 4th down conversion. They've got to cover almost a full yard this time. Handoff up the middle. Wright's got enough room. They took a burst off the line of scrimmage. He's still going, and he gets across the 30 and down to around the 26-yard line. That play, I think they just caught Kokomo on their heels at the line of scrimmage and were able to move the ball well on 4th down.
Well, this is something Wright does really well. A lot of the times last time the Kokomo and Harrison played, I caught this. Wright doesn't stop his feet. Look at him there, keeping his feet moving even though he is turned around backwards. Kids at home watching, take a lesson out of Wright's book. Keep those feet moving. You're going to pick up tons of yards after contact.
1st and 10, ball at the 26 for Harrison. They're going to call an official timeout they're dealing with an equipment issue perhaps. And now the clock restarts. 6:03 to go here in the first half. Now play action this time. Wide open is Wright. Now he's got some running room on the right side. Gets across the 10-yard line and pushed out of bounds. Boy, quarterback Sturgeon that time really faked out that Kokomo defense, and he had a wide open Daniel Wright, and that was a big play for Harrison.
And that's one of the advantages of moving the ball on the ground so well. You carry out 2 good fakes like they did right there. You have Daniel Wright just slip out on the flat, completely unnoticed. So many of those defenders biting on those fakes.
Kokomo's got a lot more guys playing both ways here in this sectional semifinal game. I noticed number 87, Marcel Kenner, was the end in that play that had the fake pull out on him, and go back to pass again, rolling right. Oh, big hit. Kenner was the first one there for Kokomo, and then we had a smashing finish on that tackle. And
wasn't that Keon Washington delivering the
yeah.
big stick right there? The little fella. Let's check that out on replay here. You're right. You'll see Marcel Kenner, 87, doing a great job of contain, not letting him outside.
Boom.
And Washington, the little guy. Nice job by number 2 delivering the big hit. And that's the first time Kokomo has stepped up on 1st down since they made Harrison turn the ball over.
That's important, too. Ball's on the 13-yard line. It's 2nd and goal now for Harrison. They spread everybody out from the shotgun. This is the other quarterback for Harrison in the play, and that almost did it. Oh, ball's on the ground, but I'll tell you what, Keon Washington in the coverage, so was Jordan Matthews. The ball's incomplete, but that brings in Jamie Fryer, the alternate quarterback. He comes in a lot of passing situations for Harrison. That was almost a touchdown, almost intercepted.
It was almost a touchdown twice.
Yeah.
Goes through Matthews' hands. He almost picked it off. Then it goes through the receiver's hands, and then the receiver had another chance to catch it on his way down. Slippery ball.
Fryer stays in the game for Harrison. This is a 3rd and goal. Pressure this time. They'll throw it in the same spot again, and this time he drops it. He had it for the touchdown, but the ball slips out there at the last moment, and that falls incomplete. Now 4th down and goal coming up for Harrison.
That was a gift from Harrison to Kokomo, a drop ball. He had the touchdown. You'll see who is that right there. That's Jordan Matthews slipping. He was coming in front of the face, but he slipped right before, not able to get there in time. And luckily, Kokomo.
Cameron Green, I think, was the intended receiver, and they're going to try and kick a field goal into the wind right here. Try and get a score on this careful drive that the Raiders have had with this possession. Methodically bringing the ball down, a couple of 4th down conversions. They don't want to go empty-handed, so here is the field goal attempt from Daniel Madron. It's up, and it is good. How about that for a high school kicker?
Well, like I say week in and week out, you don't see high school kickers that play to ability like this kid in the NCC. He is a solid kicker. I think this kid could possibly go to the next level, the college level, but that puts Harrison up 2 scores. Huge field goal by the Raiders.
Harrison 10, Kokomo 6 on our CFD Investment Scoreboard. We'll be right back after these messages as Harrison will kick off the Kokomo next. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button on the corner of Clayton Boulevard or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit. Sold at Button.
Well, the field goal just gets over the uprights for Harrison. They take a 10-6 lead on our CFD Investment scoreboard. You're watching Fast Play Sports coverage of this sectional semifinal game here from Lafayette Harrison tonight. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. Harrison kicks off to Kokomo now. Squib kick down the way here, and that's going to be number 2 for Kokomo. Number 2 for Kokomo is Keon Washington.
And he's still going.
He got across midfield and down near the 40-yard line. Where are they going to mark him out of bounds there? It looks like they're going to spot the ball just across midfield at the 47, maybe 46-yard line of Harrison. Great field position after the kick return.
Yeah, great job by Kokomo. This is definitely where you want to set up your drive. Very similar to where they set up when they scored. And quick correction, I think I called it a 2-possession game last time. No, it just puts Harrison up by more than a field goal. So Kokomo needs a score to take the lead here. But great field position. This is definitely where you want to be.
4:43 left in the first half. Kokomo with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 46. Going to hand off to Holloman this time. His legs are pumping, and he gets across the 45. Nice play on first down for the Cats, who want to eat some clock, but they definitely, if they score a touchdown, can take a halftime lead.
Well, Kokomo's just not picking up a lot of yards on first down. They had that one big play from Bo.
Bo Baker?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the play was. It was the weird pass play, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
So that's the only big play that Kokomo had outside of Jerron Gray busted one for about 15 yards. Kokomo needs some big plays, not doing it on first down.
Their second quarter, ball's on the ground. Bo Baker is going to get that ball back, but boy, that's a huge loss on second down. Huge loss on the play as Baker got a little ahead of himself with his legs and his arms and his feet and his mouth. Look at how he lets go of the ball here. Boom. Tough pitch.
Yeah, very tough. Now you face a 3rd and
15.
Ridiculously long. So now you have to pass the ball. Running the ball, unless you go with maybe a draw here and expect to pick up 6-7 yards. You have to go through the air. But look, Kokomo going with a different set. They got Jordan Matthews out wide down low.
3rd and long for Kokomo. Wade back to pass. That timing pattern. Tries to get it to number 12, Jordan Matthews, but it's incomplete. Double coverage on Matthews that time.
And we saw that last week 2 weeks ago against Richmond. They like to single Jordan Matthews out, get him in man-to-man coverage, beat him deep. That kid's got some breakaway speed, good hands, but Harrison right there with some all-right coverage. Safety coming over the top with some help.
Their second quarter of play presented by Kokomo School Corporation here in Fast Play Sports. Kokomo missing an opportunity right there to get in position to perhaps take the lead if they would have scored a touchdown, but now they're going to punt it away, and this will be punter number 26, Andreas Eddington gets the kickoff. He's got the wind at his back, and that's going to sit down there inside. Then he knock it. Stays inbounds. It's out of bounds.
It's where he made contact with the ball. It's dead as soon as he made contact with it. You'll see
the
referee
field
there.
Position. Yeah,
nice punt.
He's going to put it on the 3-yard line right there. So 1st and 10 for Harrison with their back against the goal line. This should be a great opportunity for some Kokomo defensive pressure. We'll see what this team's going to dial up against Harrison, who's been able to run the ball really well throughout the game.
They have, and that opens their playbook to have multiple options here. Do you go with the play action pass, possibly dump it off to Ryder Green out of the backfield, pick up 10 yards? That seems to have been an effective play so far today. Well, I think if you're Kokomo, the main key is getting pressure up the middle. Don't let the running backs run right up the gut and pick up a good yardage on first down here and allow themselves to get away from the goal line.
Now you look at Coach Brett Colby of Kokomo. A young defense is what he's put on the field all year long, and he's really pressing upon some seniors to step up. And unfortunately, Harrison continues to run the ball well as Daniel Wright runs for a first down and gets out of the shadow of that goalpost quickly.
Yeah, they've picked up yards at will on first down. They have had no trouble on first down today. Only 2 times, I think, that Kokomo has stopped Harrison from picking up 5 yards on first.
Ball's on the 14-yard line. Back to, that time it's Green. Green's got some running room. He beats the edge, but runs out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. And that should be enough for another Harrison first down. It's just 10 yards or more at a clip here for the Raiders.
Dayon Aldridge comes up and just whiffs on a tackle right there. You have to lower your shoulder, make contact with your shoulder pads on a day like today. You're not going to be able to arm tackle and bring someone down with the bodies being as wet as they are.
Fast Play Sports coverage of this semifinal sectional game from Lafayette Harrison. The Raiders with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 25. This time it's Green once again, but the Kokomo defense swarms this time at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be about a 2-yard gain for Harrison on first down.
That's a little something to be proud of right there. That's only a pickup of 2 yards, maybe, 2.5. Stick just moved a little bit to the left, my left. But nice job keeping the Harrison Raiders to a minimum on first down.
Precipitation continues to fall here in Lafayette during this game tonight. It's cold. Fans are sticking it out, though. Handful of them on both sides of the field. Not much running room on second down for the Raiders that time, as Kokomo's defense has been stiff on this particular series. Ball just across the 30 at the 31. A 3rd and probably 4 coming up for Harrison.
This is the time to step up. 3rd down. They got a lot to pick up on the ground here. Send everybody. Get the ball back before half.
Handoff this time. Daniels.
Nice.
I say Daniels, but I meant to say Wright. It's Daniel Wright. And he's met in the backfield just like you called for. Loss on the play. 4th down coming up for Harrison.
So Harrison, Kokomo calling timeout there, but Harrison, you got to punt the ball right here.
Timeout for Kokomo. Quick commercial break. Be right back. The thrilling first half finale coming up here in Fast Play Sports. Stay with us. We are Fast Play.
Baby Tip-In is a training and incentive program for teachers and students to help increase AP scores in math, science, and English. The year before the grant, we had 79 passing AP scores in math, science, and English. In year 1 of the grant, we increased that to 139. Our enrollment has gone from 353 in math, science, and English last year to 489 this year.
All right, the drama, as we saw during the commercial, Harrison's coach wave off the punt team and bring the offense back out. This is a critical moment. If they don't get this 4th down conversion, Kokomo with excellent field position here with the final minute 35 seconds here of the first half.
I think they're going to try to draw them off sides, maybe go 2, maybe go with a hard count here. I don't know if this high school team goes with a hard count, but probably going to try to just draw them off sides, going with a snap on 2 here. Kokomo's got to be on the safe side. Don't jump.
4 wideouts, 1 in the backfield.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to draw
exactly
them off
what
sides.
They're doing. They call the timeout now.
That's what good teams do, though.
Yeah.
That's what the good teams do. So I mean, you can't ever knock a coach in a high school game trying to draw high school kids off sides. It happens at higher rates than any other level. So good call by the coach. I respect that call, but now Harrison's going to punt this one away.
Harrison coach Terry Peebles, first-year coach for this team, and he's really turned it around for this high school. I'll tell you what, 6-1 in the NCC this year. No wins for this team in 2013. So, yeah, he's got these guys playing football. There's no doubt about that. Now they're going to punt it back to Kokomo with 1:35 to go here in the first half. And it's into the wind, short, hits at the 50, takes a Kokomo bounce, and they'll set up the Wildcats on the 49-yard line of Harrison territory.
We're going to see the spread offense. I mean, you never know. We saw Kokomo with one wide. They were still in a wing tee, but they had 1 wide last set when they threw the pass to Jordan Matthews. Tough to see. Kokomo has the spread offense in their set. They'll go 4 wide if they have to. I don't know. What do you go with here, Alan? What are you thinking?
I throw the ball on first down. Right hash mark is where Kokomo is setting up here near midfield. I think you got to get some down and distance here on first down with 1:29 left to go here in the first half.
Doing trips left here.
Wade back to pass. He's looking right, and he's got Drawn Gray incomplete. Just threw the ball a little short for Gray to be able to receive that. So it would have been a decent first down play. I think he might have been able to muster a couple of extra yards after the catch. And it would have been inside the 40, so let's do it again.
Well, you got to pick up some yards sometime in this set of downs. You only took 4 seconds off the clock right there. You don't want to spin 4 incomplete passes and only waste 25 seconds off the clock, give the ball right back to Harrison. Got to pick up something here.
Shotgun, handed off to Marcel Kenner. The big man's going to try and get across the 40-yard line, and he does to about the 39. That's going to be a first down for Kokomo. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. Minute 17 on the clock. Kokomo goes back to the huddle. But, you know, Marcel Kenner, senior, well, he's a junior, so put the junior in there. He's a heck of an athlete. Great basketball player. We make note of that all the time, but he made something happen for Kokomo right there. Clock is rolling. First and 10 from the 39. Handed off again to Marcel Kenner. He's trying to find some more running room as he gets to the 35. Crosses the 34-yard line. It's about a 5-yard gain, and they call the timeout. Waiting to see who. Looks like Kokomo called the timeout. We'll come back after this message. What a finish to the first half of this game. Stay with us. We are Fast Play.
Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
Final seconds of the first half. Kokomo with the ball. 35-yard line, 2nd and 6 for the Cats. Kokomo School Corporation, our sponsor of this second quarter of play. Our telecast is presented at large by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. Wade's been running from the shotgun here, but that time the left side took off early, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Kokomo Wildcats.
That's just a botch play right there. I looked up and seen a lot of Kokomo Wildcats still in their stance. That's a mistake you don't want to have in this area now.
The trips took off on that one.
I think everybody in the building knows Kokomo's probably going to throw, but you can't go wrong with a draw here either. Just pick up some yards. You need something. Possibly get yourself in field goal range, but I highly doubt Kokomo goes with the field goal.
Now, bad snap here on the shotgun. Wade's going to go down at the 48-yard line. Precipitation has subsided here in Lafayette for the moment here as we
Welcome to Creative Financial Center.
Tail end of this first half of play. Clock is rolling. Nobody's in a big hurry here. Here comes Kyle Wade running from the sideline with the play for Kokomo. Marcel Kenner gets off the field, so now we've got a faster offense here. You look out there, you've got Jordan Rollins and Brevin Beard wide to the left. They've got speed. And whistle blows. Another procedure penalty against Kokomo, so 5 more yards to make it here. And this is a 3rd down play now. 14 seconds left to go. Clock stops with the penalty. Kokomo going with 4 wide there. You've got, looks like we've got Beard and Rollins to the left. And then I saw number 2, and that would be from Kokomo. That's Keon Washington, and you have Jordan Matthews, number 12, wide to the right. So then they run a draw play. Drawn Gray gets tackled at the 50, and I think that's going to be up. They're going to call timeout on the field, or timeout Harrison is what they've called. So we'll take a quick commercial break and come right back. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit.
Rugby punt at 3 seconds and booted
We're right
downfield.
back to your Kokomo coach, Brett Colby, out there to talk to the officials. He's upset about something. Not sure if it was clock management or perhaps a question about why there was a procedure penalty against his team. He didn't seem happy with whatever the referees are doing, but they get in their punt formation with basically 8 seconds to go here in the first half. Harrison leads 10-6 on our CFD investment scoreboard.
Just want to kick this one as high as possible. Whatever you do, just kick it high. Make sure it bounces on the field and allow your team to get down there around the ball without a return and let the 8 seconds run off.
Good snap. Here comes the punt. That's Eddington punting the ball for Kokomo.
That's a great punt.
Yeah,
That's
right down there
punt.
inside the 5. But there's still a second left, so it's not over yet.
Eddington, man, he's a pretty good punter. I mean, he was a couple yards away from pinning him into the 5 over here early in the first half. Right there, that's a college-like punt.
Now we'll see if Sturgeon takes a knee and ends this first half of play. And not a bad first half, 10-6, pretty tight score. Kokomo will kick off in the second half again, won't they?
They will. Harrison will receive the ball.
This is crazy, kind of like that regular season game. I hate to see that repeat itself again, where Kokomo gets iced in the second half. That's what they do. They take the knee. So we go to halftime here from Lafayette Harrison as they lead the Kokomo Wildcats 10-6 on our CFD investment scoreboard. We'll talk more during our UAW 1166 halftime show coming up here on Fast Play Sports. Stay right here with us. We are Fast Play.
The AP Tip-In is a training and incentive program for teachers and students to help increase AP scores in math, science, and English. The year before the grant, we had 79 passing AP scores in math, science, and English. In year 1 of the grant, we increased that to 139. Our enrollment has gone from 353 in math, science, and English last year to 489 this year.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
We're at halftime here in Lafayette. Our semifinal sectional play from Lafayette Harrison High School. The Raiders from Harrison lead the Kokomo Wildcats by the score of 10-6 at halftime. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. Our UAW 1166 halftime show as we've got pretty much, I think, a fast halftime coming our way because there's no band to perform, nothing going on. Then we're going to roll a 15-minute clock, and we'll be back to action here from a cold setting. But one good thing that's happened is the bulk of the precipitation has subsided here tonight, and you don't have as much of that to deal with, but that wind is still pretty strong right out of the north.
Yeah, that wind's still strong, and the field is absolutely soaked. I mean, it's windy, but it's probably not going to dry out this field in time for it to not be a factor with the snaps and stuff. We've seen a few fumbles already.
A few students and some parents who are braving the elements here at the stadium here at Lafayette Harrison. You got to give them credit for it. Our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. And as we look at the halftime statistics and see just where the bulk of the offense has come from, Kokomo's got it pretty balanced out, whereas Harrison's really running it with green and right. And tell us more about those Kokomo running backs.
Well, anytime you have all Kokomo running backs close to even, you're doing your job because you're only allowing them a few yards per carry. None of Kokomo's running backs besides Holloman are averaging over 5 yards per carry. Bo Baker at 2.7, Jerron Gray at 4 even. So really the way the game's going, it's all about Harrison's defense. They're doing a good job of shutting down Kokomo's offense, and Kokomo's defense just cannot stop the interior run that Harrison has provided.
Well, it's interesting. You know, Kokomo runs a 4-4 defense, and Harrison runs a 3-4 defense, and that 3-4 has been getting the job done here tonight. And credit those those 3 linemen that Harrison puts out there. And there's some good players here. Jacob Miller, number 48. Sam Bartu, number 53, and the nose tackle, Brett Spitznagel, who wears number 51. They've had a good first half to really bottle up the line of scrimmage and let those linebackers get to the ball carriers.
Yeah, really, both defenses are really doing a good job. I mean, there's just a couple plays here and there that give Harrison the advantage, but the longest run of the day, 19 yards from Daniel Rice. So no one's busting big plays today. This is sectional football.
In the picture, you can see the flags waving here. That gives you an idea of what the wind is like here tonight. And all of the passing attempts have been off their mark pretty much. A couple of completions is all we've been able to see with the quarterbacks. But to talk about a season that changed so much as you had all these shifting going on with the NCC and how all the conferences will be moving around again next season for the football teams, there has been much improvement on this side of the spectrum for the NCC. Call this the NCC West. And these are 2 conference foes facing off in a sectional game. And it's been a heck of a turnaround. We'll talk more about that coming up here during our UAW 1166 halftime show. Stay with us. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit. Sold at Button.
Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Back we are here at halftime in our UAW 1166 halftime show. And as you can see in this camera shot, look who's also come back. Mr. Precipitation, a rain-snow mix, reappears here at Lafayette Harrison Stadium. And we talk more about these teams from Lafayette that have really turned it around here in the North Central Conference. after joining up with the boys from the NCC this year. And you look at where this program at Harrison has turned around under first-year coach Terry Peebles, a team that really didn't have any wins in 2013 and brings it 6-1 in the conference and 6-3 overall here in 2014. That's a miraculous turnaround for a high school team, and or any team for that matter. And a lot of credit can be shared with the coaching staff and the student athletes alike, as Harrison certainly had a great season here in the regular season, and looking for a sectional win here tonight. On the other side of town, you have Lafayette McCutcheon. A year ago, 4-7. They actually went to the sectional championship game a year ago against Westfield. McCutcheon's playing Westfield tonight. Last score we had was Westfield ahead of McCutcheon 21-7. So Westfield trying to get back to the sectional championship game for 2 years in a row. They're going to face the winner of this game here tonight. And you look at the turnaround for McCutcheon. 4-7 after one win in the sectional tournament last year. They go 9-0 and undefeated in the NCC West this year. And what a turnaround for that program under 8-year coach Ken Frauheiger. So, I mean, it's really turned around for these teams.
Well, and a lot of that has to do with the competition they were playing before they came to the NCC. I think that Lafayette matches up better. All the Lafayette schools match up better with teams in the NCC because they're playing a lot of Indy area teams. You know, even though these 5A schools have good enrollment on, they're playing a lot of 6A schools. And just, it's a whole different world, the class size difference between 6A and 5A. I mean, 6A, those Indy school area teams like Carmel, like Westfield usually plays. That's why Westfield's record's where it's at tonight. That's why I thought it was such an easy call tonight to call them with the upset over McCutcheon. But when you play those 6A schools, it makes you better, and that's just the result that the NCC now is seeing from adapting these Lafayette schools, or adopting them.
And that's more specifically the NCC West, as you've got the east side, and you get your Muncie Central and your Anderson team, and Richmond. Yeah, they're technically the East, aren't they? Or do they consider them the West? So it doesn't matter. But you know, it's a change in culture for these teams, and it's certainly to the better for the football anyway. We'll see how that all works out in basketball coming up, but it's a great turnaround for these teams. And you know, you look at the 1, 2, and 3 placement in conference standings. You got McCutcheon, Harrison, KOKOMO. So the top 3 teams in the conference are all facing off here the second week of the sectional. And it's going to be, we thought maybe an NCC sectional championship, but Westfield's got something to say about that against McCutcheon here tonight. Unbelievably so, but Westfield's pretty tough.
Now you get some scores across the state. We got Cass 22 against Benton Central 0. That's at half. Yorktown blowing out Western now 30-8. And that is going to be with 31 seconds left in quarter number 2. So probably going to take that lead going into half. Tri-Central 19, Shortridge 0. 11:56 left in quarter number 2. So that game's moving along quite slow. Tri-Central scoring off a fumble to make it 13-0. But that's about it when it comes to teams playing right now that are close to the Kokomo area.
We've got more to talk about here during our UAW 1166 halftime show after these messages. Stay here with us. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at KOKOMOTribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T Uverse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the Uverse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
Hi, this is Raleigh Fingers, and you're watching Fast Play Sports Network.
As we wrap up our UAW 1166 halftime show, the shot of Raleigh Fingers there, a breath of summer in Kokomo. That looks good from where we look at across this field now with the rain-snow mix coming down pretty hard here in Lafayette as we're about ready to get to the second half here of this Harrison-Kokomo sectional semifinal. Of course, the IHS AA Football State Tournament presented by the Indianapolis Colts continues here across the Hoosier State. Winner of this game goes to the Sectional 11 championship game, and right now Westfield's ahead of McCutcheon, so they might be returning for a second straight year for a sectional championship, and they'll play the winner of this game. Of course, really, other than a 3 or 4 point lead for Harrison here at halftime on our CFD investment scoreboard, it's been a pretty even ball game when you look at first downs in the game. Both teams achieving 7 first downs. Rushing yards, Kokomo actually ahead of Harrison, 88 yards to 79. Passing yards, Kokomo has 22, Harrison has 17. Total offense, Kokomo with 110 yards total offense in the first half, Harrison only 96. So you say, how did Harrison get in the lead? Well, their first touchdown was on a 9-yard drive after an interception. That's the only turnover in the game, was a Kyle Wade interception on Kokomo's first possession. Harrison returned that interception to the 9-yard line, and after 3 plays, they got into the end zone for the first score, went up 7-0. Kokomo came back with a touchdown drive of their own later on in the second quarter, and they failed to convert on the extra point. That made the score 7-6, and then Harrison had a field goal here toward the end of the first half, and now that puts the score at 10-6. Elements are getting worse here once again, as you can see it on the screen. It's going to be a tough second half, and Kokomo has to come back, and they're going to have to kick the ball to Harrison to get this thing started. We'll see what's coming up here as we'll be back after these words for the second half of this sectional semifinal game from Lafayette Harrison. Stay here with us. We are Fast Play.
Master Creations Jewelry is your best option for buying jewelry. Master Creations Jewelry sells for half the price of most jewelers. Locally owned, Master Creations makes custom jewelry made for you. Are you also in need of cash? Master Creations buys gold, silver, and your old jewelry. Get the best value from people you can trust. Work with a jeweler that makes jewelry affordable. Master Creation Jewelers on Markland Avenue and Cooper Street, Kokomo.
Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
KT Sports will give you the latest in local sports scores, news, and features right where you want them, in the Kokomo Tribune and at KOKOMOTribune.com. KT Sports will bring you last night's touchdown passes, smashes and saves, and a preview of what you can expect at the latest tennis match and cross-country finish line. Your neighbor's kids, your son, your niece, your grandkids, KT Sports will bring their games right to your doorstep. Positively part of the game, KT Sports.
You're looking at the Kokomo Wildcats warming up before we get started here in the second half of this sectional semifinal game. The wind has just picked up. It's been knocking different things down on the sidelines here. And the conditions definitely worsening as a stiff north wind. Be driving our temperature down pretty cold tonight. And that's what these student athletes will face here as we get ready to present the second half of our game tonight. Fast Play Sports coverage presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. I'm Alan James along with Devin Schott. Harrison's back on the field doing their warm-ups as well. And this is kind of a deja vu in a way, just in a reversal. In the regular season meeting between Kokomo and Harrison, Kokomo had the halftime lead, 14-6. This time Harrison has it 10-6. Harrison received the ball in the first drive of the second half, and they had a doozy. 17 plays, covering 69 yards, getting the touchdown and a two-point conversion, and that put Harrison in a tie at that stage of the game, 14-all, and Kokomo couldn't do anything after that. So we'll see what's going to happen this time with the Cats, because they got to stop the Raiders here as they get the ball coming up.
And they've done a good job of stopping Harrison when they were threatening. Harrison kicked a pretty deep field goal for a high school game. That put 3 on the board. Like you said, Kokomo faced some pretty tough field position when Kyle Wade threw that interception, so that allowed the score. For the most part, Kokomo's defense has stood still and done a good job, but the problem is stopping him on first down. Harrison is allowed to, they get 4 sets of drives before Kokomo decides to stop him, and Kokomo just has to step up on first down. You create that first and long, make a team throw the ball, or second and long, make a team throw the ball then in these wet conditions, and that's where your defense is going to see some success. And Kokomo, when they have stopped Harrison on first down, they have forced Harrison to punt in that drive. So we'll see if Kokomo maybe sends a little more pressure up the middle in this second half early on in the downs.
Our second half and third quarter is presented by Master Creations Jewelers. Glad to have their support at Fast Play Sports coverage of Indiana high school football this season. Kokomo getting ready to kick off to Harrison. Harrison will be facing that stiff northeast wind here as they have not really had a big passing game in the first half, and they're going to have to keep it on the ground in the second half as well. As you look at quarterback Dan Sturgeon, only had 1 pass attempt, and they're able to get 17 yards on that 1 completion that he had. And now the ball comes down after Dunn's kickoff. Oh, caught inside the 15-yard line, and nice return for Harrison right here as they cross the 30, and that's where they'll blow the ball dead. It was Jeep Morehouse, number 10, on the kick return for Harrison, and they're going to have a decent starting position to start the second half. And they're at the right at the 33-yard line, 33, and they started at the 31 in the regular season game. So there's the comparison between the two games.
And here's the test that we've all been waiting to see. How will Kokomo fare in the second half? We talked about what happened last time these two teams met. Could be crucial for the Wildcats here.
Up the middle, this is Green with the ball. A little bit of running room right there, but then the linebackers get up there for Kokomo. In on that stop for Kokomo, number 32, Dayon Aldridge, kind of put the finishing touches on Green, but he did manage 4 yards on first down.
Kokomo there sending a little more pressure than they were in the first half. That's what I expected, but Green able to hit that cutback lane. Nice pickup of 4. See if Kokomo can keep the gains to a minimum here.
Spread them out here on second down as 2 wideouts come in. I formation behind Sturgeon. Motion. Snap the ball, and they hand it off to Green. Big hole on the left side, but he can't go anywhere because in his way is number 12, Jordan Matthews, who played very well. Disciplined defense on that play and really stuffed Green before he could get going.
Yeah, he did a good job at dropping his body weight and making sure that he put his body on Green's. We talked about in the first half those arm tackles. You'll see him here. He just breaks down. Sounds like 7th grade football practice, Alan. A lot of those breakdowns.
calm down now. That's a
you used to
flashback.
stress that.
Fundamentals, baby. All right, third down now for Harrison. Going to hand off to Green. He tries to go up the middle, and Kokomo stiffens there. That's not going to be enough for a first down. So now big decision. Will Harrison go for a fourth down conversion or not? Coach Terry Peebles has gambled many times in this game, and it looks like he's going to keep his offense out there once again.
Yeah, I expect both coaches to go for it anytime they're facing 4th and 2 or less. It's just a call for your men to be men. Time to step up, get a couple yards.
Ball's on the Harrison 41-yard line, 4th and 1 this time for the Raiders, and they've had several fourth down conversions. They need one now if they want to keep the ball. Men in motion, here we go, up the middle, and they kind of do a running play that's going to carry a pile definitely across first down territory, and they get it again, crossing the 45, and it'll be at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Harrison.
I didn't see who the running back was there, but Harrison just going with a little wedge look. Just foot-to-foot splits, straight up,
Had the makings
flying
of Daniel Wright, because you know how we illustrated earlier in the game how he continues to bump his feet once he's in the pile. Here comes Harrison on first down once again. Hand off to Green. He cuts left, gets into a little bit of traffic, but he stays on his feet. He's going to fall over for about an 8-yard gain on first down. Boy, that tell you what, he showed some fortitude there as Kokomo had him for just a short gain, but he kept it going.
Yeah, just a ton of yards after contact from these Harrison Raiders. They have had multiple times where they have been stopped in the backfield. Or not stopped, but they kept their feet moving and then gained a nice positive gain there. Kokomo just got to make those hits, wrap up, make those tackles when you have the hit. I mean, Kokomo, a few tackles for loss missed and giving up some big gains.
Cross midfield into Kokomo territory, 2nd and 2, and they're going to pass this time, but boy, let's see what they decide to do, and they said his arm was in motion. Intended receiver on the play for Harrison was number 44, and they call that an incomplete pass, but look at how that pressure right there from Doherty, who's playing defense there for Kokomo. Didn't call the fumble or anything, but that was Jacob Chase, the junior, who was out there in the passing lane, and it's a 3rd down coming up and 2 yards to go for the Raiders.
Surprised they went with a pass there.
You've seen this play with the motion and then a handoff to Wright, and he does it again. Right up the middle, but Kokomo hangs on to him this time, and they're going to spot him about a yard short of the first down, and my goodness, we keep seeing this 3 downs, going for a 4th down conversion, and so far they've been able to secure those first downs. And look at the clock, 8:26 and counting, and now you're starting to see that similar effect that we saw in the regular season as they really put the Kokomo offense on ice, making them sit the bench this long.
I'd say it's getting kind of boring, but in sectional football, this is getting exciting. Kokomo has stepped up and stopped Harrison from gaining yards in these situations.
Wright slips
before.
this time, but he really rolls. They kind of give him a poor spot, I think, off this left line in front of us. That may be short. That's going to be really close on 4th down.
Yeah, we're kind of right at that vantage point to where we're even with the referee, but the white hat, Eric Harmon's going to call for the measurement. I think you're right. I think Harrison's short here.
Yeah, they're giving him the progress where his knee goes down. His footing went out from him as Daniel Wright has been so successful in these short yard conversions. I think he's short this time, and if that's the case, Kokomo's going to get the ball. Pull the chains out there. Oh, he's well short of it. Kokomo gets the ball on downs. That's a turn of momentum that we didn't see 3 weeks ago in Kokomo, and now Kokomo's offense can get out there and get to work.
Well, it just brings me back to the drive in the first half where Kokomo was facing, or Harrison was facing, what do we call it, 4th and 2 chain links, and Kokomo almost stopped him. Similar situation there. Kokomo getting it done. They've looked pretty good on 4th down all game.
When we see an up-top view of this field, this is where a lot of this, look at how wore out the field is getting there in that section. We've been playing a lot of football there tonight in these wet conditions, and they're really getting harder and harder to get their footing. Baker tries to break outside, breaks inside now on that edge, and he gets a decent run on first down. He got out there about 8 yards on first down for Kokomo. crossing midfield, and that's going to bring up a second down, but that's a great first down play for Kokomo.
That's something Kokomo hasn't done a lot today. They have not attacked the outside. You'll see a turn-in block from number 10. I believe that is that's Corey Schrock. Couldn't get the guy pushed out, so he turned him back in. Bo Baker reading the block and then cutting it back inside. Nice pickup by number 3. Kokomo's facing the second and short, and that's probably the best pickup on first down besides the pass that Bo Baker caught earlier all game.
Give him 9 yards on that carry, 2nd and 1. And the ball's on the 44-yard line of Harrison, and we've got an unsportsmanlike penalty being assessed. It looks like it's going to be against Kokomo because they're marching that against the Cats, and there they go. I don't know where the penalty fell in, but that's a big, big mistake. So that should it could put the ball on the 39-yard line, and that'll be 1st and a ton. Did they lose the down too?
No, well, it's from the spot of the ball, so they take the gain and then mark it off, so it is 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15. Back to pass. Wade lobs it out there, trying to get to Baker, but just couldn't get that reception. It falls incomplete. 3rd and 15, and this is a situation that you get into when you have a chance to change the momentum. Kokomo hasn't been able to change the momentum with opportunities that they've had in this game so far.
Well, I think they just blew their one opportunity. They looked pretty good on first down, and then having a post-play personal foul, especially of a 15-yard variety, I mean, that's a drive killer right there. And Kokomo, I don't know if they can complete this 3rd and long.
Wade's going to go back to pass. He's going to screen it out there. He's got Holloman, but he just really didn't have a chance at catching that ball, and that's going to fizzle that particular opportunity for the Cats, and they're going to have to punt it away from the 39. They had gotten the ball across midfield until that penalty just took it all away from them, and boy, that could be really self-destructive right there for the Cats.
Yeah, that could be a very, very crucial point in this game. I think if the way Kokomo looked on that first play, you start a drive out like that, you got some success coming your way, and Kokomo just kill themselves with a bonehead play. See if they can come back and get some field position like they just had.
Spoken like a true former Wildcat. Eddington gets another nice punt off, and it takes a Kokomo bounce all the way to the end zone. Yes, it crosses, but that's okay. From where they were at the 39-yard line, backing up for the punt, putting Harrison on the 20-yard line is not a bad offset right there for the Cats.
Yeah, this guy's making a name for himself today. I didn't know Eddington was such a good punter. I mean, again, he was a yard away from putting that ball inside the 1-yard line. That is an amazing punt from a high school kid. I really like what he has done today. He's proven me that he can really punt the ball.
Well, Kokomo's defense has had a pretty good game other than surrendering 9 yards for a touchdown on the first drive for Harrison after an interception against Kokomo's quarterback Kyle Wade. 10-6 lead for Harrison. Their second possession now of the third quarter. Our third quarter presented by Master Creation Jewelers. First down for Harrison from the 20-yard line, and Kokomo's defense pretty stiff up the middle. And this is a place where Harrison's had a lot of success in the first half. So whatever correction Kokomo's made, it's working right now.
Yeah, and it's that first play of the drive where you have to stop Harrison right there, doing a good job allowing. Who was that on the carry last time?
It looked like Wright on the carry.
Yeah,
again.
allowing Wright to a minimum, bare minimum.
3 yards on first down. Fake it to Wright, fake it to Green. Now back to pass, and nice defensive play by Jordan Rollins for Kokomo. Great position on the receiver, and he chose to knock the ball away, but he had a shot at interception here too.
I'm going to say that that's the right play by Matt or Rollins right there. You just make sure that the ball goes straight to the ground. You'll see it here on the replay. He does not go for the interception, just smacks the ball straight to the ground. We saw a play when you tip the ball up in the air, anything can happen. I think that's the correct play by number 20.
Showing his leadership on defense. We've said before, Kokomo's corners are tough. Rollins on that play. You look on the other side of the field, number 12, Jordan Matthews. He's equally as good. in coverage. And they hand the ball off to Green this time. He's trying to make the edge, and he's got it so far, and that's going to be real close. Maybe another first down for Harrison. Well, that play set up beautifully for Green on that run, and yes, sir, they're going to move the chains. First down.
Just good outside blocking from Harrison. They were able to set the edge and allow Green to get there. Kokomo just has no answers. You got to extend the play, extend the line of scrimmage if you're the defensive end right there for Kokomo, and force Green back inside.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Raiders. And the referees are going to stop the clock as they want to deal with some equipment on a Kokomo player. Press box talking about Eddington's punt of 61 yards on that particular punt for
He's
Kokomo.
a sophomore, Alan, so
Yeah.
2 more years of that. I mean, that when you go back to Kokomo history, I could only name maybe 1 or 2 that could even be capable of punting the ball that far.
First down, handed off to Green around the right side. Marcel Kenner tried to get a hold of him, but couldn't do it. He makes the edge that time, and finally a penalty flag comes out. We'll see if that's in the area of holding on Harrison, as they had some blockers out in front of Green that time. And in high school football, holding penalties are spot fouls, and that is exactly what you've got here. Look at the blocking out in front, and it looks like they may have called it on Wright, as he had a hold of Kokomo's number 2, Keon Washington, on the play. So they'll mark off 10 yards from the spot. It'll probably bring up about a second and maybe 13 or 14 yards for Harrison.
I believe the call is the worst of the 2. So if the spot of the foul is worse than calling the penalty from the end of the run, it's whatever's worse. So that's what's weird about high school football. You can see some situations where, you know, something happens and then there's not a loss of a down. You really got to pay attention to what's going on. Penalties are different at the high school level.
So it's 1st and 15 for the Raiders now, and try and find a solution now to overcome that problem. They give it to Wright up the middle, and he's going to get 3-4 yards on the carry. But Jordan Holloman is playing some defense now for Kokomo, as Coach Brett Colby continues to look at solutions to stiffen against the run, and he's brought in a lot of his offensive players playing both ways in this game. Holloman with that tackle. We've seen Marcel Kenner playing both ways now, and
that's something Kokomo didn't do at all last year. They prided themselves early in the season with having 22 players, none of which going both ways. But, I mean, it's some of these kids' senior years.
Yep.
They're just trying to get some action, make sure they get this W.
Andrew Doherty's been playing both ways here as well. And that's a nice deflection. Speaking of Marcel Kenner, he got up in the air that time and deflects that pass. It's going to be big down and distance this time for the Raiders. 3rd and 13. And the snow and rain comes back here on the field here at Harrison.
So you're probably going to go with some nice, just see the replay there, 87, just getting his paw on that ball.
Look at that leaping ability. Now you know why he plays basketball.
An athletic big guy, yeah. I mean,
he's a big kid.
He's usually not the tallest guy on the floor, but he gets boards with the best of them. That kid, definitely not easy to throw around.
Shotgun formation, going to pitch it out. Penalty flag. They're going to blow the play dead. Got a motion penalty, it looks like, against Harrison, and that's going to back the ball up 5 more yards. So 3rd and 18 is going to be coming up for the Raiders. And you talk about opportunity for the Wildcats. They've got to stop them here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and it's not too much to ask of a defense to stop an offense on 3rd and 8. Nah, that's more. That might be about 3rd and 18, but you just got to keep the offense in front of you. Soft coverage, just do not let anybody beat you deep, and you'll be fine. I think Kokomo's got this one locked up. I think Harrison's going to have to get pretty creative to convert here.
Oh, they'll have to pass the ball into this stiff wind to get it done. Back to pass. Sturgeon, short pass again. That's Daniels got the opening. There he goes. It gets the 3rd down. Conversion, 1st down for Harrison, and that's what you got to watch out for. And you know, that was not a play that had deep intentions. It just ended up that way.
Yeah, that's just a play designed to pick up a few yards and allow your punter to have better field position to punt it on 4th down. I mean, I figured that's what Harrison was going to do. I just didn't know Kokomo would fall for something like that, you gotta make a stop. That's unacceptable, especially at this time of the game.
That was Jerron Gray with the stop pushing him out of bounds. But, there's another offensive player that's been recruited over to the defense side of the ball to try and stiffen this defense, and that kind of backfired on Colby that time because those guys didn't have the experience on defense to stop that play. 1st and 10 for Harrison. There's Green around the right side. He's got some running room, at least 5 yards on that carry.
So a huge swing of momentum for Harrison. I'm picking up that first down right there. That has to get this offense going. They got a fire under their bellies. Scary, scary moment for the Wildcats. Harrison firing off all cylinders right now.
Green getting 6 yards on first down, 2nd and 4 as they cross midfield into Kokomo territory. Kokomo had a chance to get them off the field with a 3rd and 18. Screen pass gets the first down, and Harrison keeps the ball moving. Sturgeon motioning his receivers into place. 2nd and 4 this time for the Raiders. He's going to get that ball out to Green. He's got some blockers out there in running room. He gets to the edge and out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. First down for the Raiders.
It's just a great stretch play trying to run to the wide side of the field, and that's exactly what Harrison does right there, able to beat the edge, get to the outside, pick up the easy first down. Harrison moving the ball at will right now.
Harrison, who has the turnover advantage with the 1 interception on the first drive for Kokomo. They haven't given up the ball in these tough conditions, but that's what Kokomo could sure use right now as a turnover. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Harrison is in Kokomo territory. We got timeout on the field, and that's a official's timeout for right now. They're trying to get the clock straightened out, and they're saying 4:34 on the clock is where they want it. It was saying 4:24, so they want to get the clock straightened out, and then they'll get things back rolling here. We're in the 3rd quarter of this sectional semifinal from Lafayette Harrison High School. The Raiders lead the Kokomo Wildcats 10-6 on our CFD investment scoreboard. Our 3rd quarter of play presented by Master Creations Jewelers. Here we go with the 2nd down play. Or I take that back, the 1st down play, and not a lot of running room to the left side for Mr. Wright that time. Mr. Wright. We'll have to call him that every time from here on out. All the girls watching the game will love as they get to watch number 25, who is Mr. Wright.
So what do you call Green? Green's not Mr. Wrong because he's doing a good job today, so I think you got to just call him Daniel. He's doing a good job today, though, for sure.
This is 2nd down and 7 as they hand it right off to Daniel Wright once again, and he goes up the middle for short gain. So here's that 3rd down situation for the Kokomo defense once again, and Harrison has had Kokomo's number on 3rd and 4th down technically. So this could be really the biggest play for Kokomo here in the 2nd half, as they've got to put a stop on the field if they want to have a shot at getting back in perhaps the lead, getting a score to make this a really exciting 2nd half.
Well, still 2-down territory here. We'll see if they go back to that screen pass.
Gonna play action, put it out there, intercepted that time. Who's got that ball? Keon Washington intercepts for Kokomo. There's the turnover that we were missing, and they bring the ball back to near the 45-yard line. That's the swing that Kokomo needed.
And that's like you said it perfectly. I can't say it any better. That's exactly what Kokomo needed. Take the look at the replay here. Washington not going for the fake, giving up the body. He left his feet to catch that. You consider these conditions, that's an all-star catch. Nice job by number 2, helping out this Kokomo defense. Now, see if Kokomo can have a fire in their belly and get some push. We'll see if it can start like the last drive did.
1st and 10 from the 45. Kokomo in their own territory. That's Bo Baker with the ball coming around the right side. Can't quite break the edge, and maybe a short gain on 1st down. Had all the blocking out there. They just couldn't win the battle.
Kokomo starting out this drive the same way they started out the last, trying to attack the wide side of the field, get to the outside edge. Not very successful there. 2nd and down, tough decision. What do you do with a play call here? Do you try to pass, gain some yards? I don't know.
34 defense of the Harrison Raiders. Those linebackers are ball hawks. They have been all year long. They got Baker that time with a 1-yard gain. This time it's going to be a nice run. Very rare carry in the game for Jerron Gray, number 1. Look at his jersey is getting beat up, playing both ways here tonight for the Wildcats.
And that counterplay. Go ahead.
He's just short of the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and short coming up for Kokomo.
And we'll see the counterplay right there. That seems to be pretty effective for Kokomo so far today. 3rd and short now. I imagine you give it to Holloman. Just very guessable play progression here, but it works if your blocking is there.
Nope, he's going to give it to Holloman. Yep, and he'll get the first down on that carry. He gets about 2 yards, and that's all that Kokomo needs to move the sticks. They're well into Harrison territory now. They're set the ball up at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cats.
So doing exactly what they want to do right now. It all depends on what you do on these early downs. 1st and 2nd down are so crucial right now with a team that's probably going to run the ball. Right now, Kokomo's offensive line has to realize, man, we got to get something on 1st down. We haven't been too good on 1st down all game. Maybe it starts now.
Under center, freshman quarterback Kyle Wade. Hands off to Jerron Gray. He's got some open room across the 30-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Cats on that play. And, boy, one man to beat. He could have been off to the races.
Yeah, but more importantly, they just got a 1st down on 1st down. I don't know if that's the first time it's happened all game or not. It might have happened
probably the third time I think of the game. Yep.
Very rare occurrence for Kokomo, however, but they're looking pretty good so far. Driving, taking a good chunk out of the clock. They could probably run the rest of this 3rd quarter out if they keep this up.
They're on the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Kokomo ball, going to pitch it out to Jerron Gray. He gets some running room. Oh, he falls down after about a 5-yard carry on that play. And, boy, he saw an opening, but his feet couldn't keep up with him, and he ended up tripped up on his own. They'll give him probably 6 yards on that carry. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 coming up for Kokomo. Clock under a minute here in the 3rd quarter.
Jerron Gray getting to the 2nd level with ease right now in this drive. More typical of the Jerron Gray we're used to seeing all season when he was picking up 9 yards per carry.
Cats taking their time. Just over 10 seconds on the play clock. Wade gets him in the set. He's going to hand off to Holloman. Holloman has a little bit of room. He's just shy of the 20-yard line on that carry, and they got to get across the 20 to get that 1st down, so it's going to be a 3rd down and about 2 yards to go if they want to convert. And I think they can let the clock go to the end of the quarter. Absolutely, 18 seconds on the play clock. They want to get a play in here.
Yeah, probably going to try to pick up the 1st down. That's definitely a priority here. Stay hot, pick it up, then let it go down to half, or the end of the quarter.
Kind of a draw play to Holloman. I think he gets to the 20, maybe just a bit past, and, boy, it's going to be close. As they stop the clock here as the end of the 3rd quarter has come to an end, but I'm not sure if they are giving Kokomo the 1st down. No, they move the stick to the 4th down position, and they're going to change ends. We'll take a commercial break. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Harrison hanging on to their 10-6 lead over Kokomo on our CFD Investment Scoreboard. It's going to be a good 4th quarter coming up, folks. Stay here with us. We are Fast Play.
The AP Tip-In is a training and incentive program for teachers and students to help increase AP scores in math, science, and English. The year before the grant, we had 79 passing AP scores in math, science, and English. In year 1 of the grant, we increased that to 139. Our enrollment has gone from 353 in math, science, and English last year to 489 this year.
No, I take that back. We're live, but we were just reminiscing how many games we've done here in our Fast Play Sports schedule this year. It was the Western Greentown game.
Yes.
Eastern. That was a barn burner like this one is.
But it wasn't close late.
Yeah,
pulled away late.
Back we are. We go to the 4th quarter here in Fast Play Sports coverage of this sectional semifinal game with Harrison leading Kokomo 10-6. Kokomo has the ball on the 20-yard line. This is a 4th and 1 for the Cats. We'll see what Kyle Wade's going to do here to try and get across for the 1st down. Gives it to Jerron Gray. He's got plenty of running room to get that 1st down. No flags on the play. That's going to move the sticks for the Wildcats.
Well, I was guessing middle. I think Harrison's defense was guessing middle. And just when you think that you got Kokomo's defense or Kokomo's offense figured out, they go with a 24 power. Jerron Gray picking up another good chunk of yards. He hasn't been stopped much in this drive.
Set the ball at the 13-yard line. Our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. First down for Kokomo, trying to get a score here to take the lead here in the fourth. Bo Baker gets the ball on that carry, and he goes no place as they did not give up the edge on that Harrison defense.
And he's got to lower his shoulder, and he's got to get vertical up the field. Bo Baker just trying to widen the play out. He's shuffling his feet, being too slow. Lower his shoulder, get up the field as quick as possible. Yards on first down are crucial at this point. Bo Baker's got to realize that.
Well, they did run it from the right hash mark on the short side of the field, so that's not what usually gives Bo Baker the running room he needs to get around the edge, but they're on the right hash mark. We'll see what direction they run the play this time. They've had some luck on the right side, so I can see why they keep trying to carry the ball that direction, and they're going to go left this time. But I'll tell you, look at those linebackers just on top of the ball for Harrison.
Well, Harrison not falling for the counter play right there. Yeah. They've had trouble dealing with it all game, but right there only allowing a 2-yard, if that, pickup.
Yeah.
Stopping that counter play by Kokomo, doing a good job.
Senior Michael Kern for Harrison did not give up anything on second down as the Cats now face a 3rd and 9 from the 11-yard line, and boy, they need to move the ball on this play. Under center, Kyle Wade. Jerron Gray are on the right side. They read that one. They stopped it quick, only about 2 yards on the carry. So now a 4th down inside the 10-yard line for the Kokomo Wildcats. Critical time here in the fourth quarter play.
I mean, I don't know what you go with here. If you're Brett Colby, you can pass the ball, but then again, you're taking a gamble because the ball's so wet. You can run the ball, and again, you're taking a gamble because you're 6 yards, 7 yards away. This is a tough play call. I don't have a clue what Kokomo's going with here.
They're going to keep it tight in the double wing, somewhat of an eye, this weird formation we've seen in this game. Jerron Gray, option, throws the ball, gets it batted down. That's going to turn the ball over on downs, and an enthusiastic Harrison crowd has something to cheer for right there as they stop Kokomo as they were in the red zone and in position to score and take the lead. Now Harrison gets the ball back with 9:39 left to go.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody on Harrison's defense right there was fooled with that halfback pass. You saw Harrison's defender go up with 2 hands, smack it straight down. What a smart play, getting that ball out of bounds as quick as possible. Harrison knew, it seemed like they knew that was coming.
Ball's at the 8-yard line. 1st and 10 for Harrison. Of course, Kokomo has the field advantage right now in field position. So a big defensive stop here could do wonders for Kokomo to try and get back to a scoring situation. Well, there's just nothing happening at the line of scrimmage on that play. In fact, they go backwards on first down. Kokomo's defense. Looks like they were led by Cameron Fitz on the Kokomo side on that play, and that's going to go, looks like they'll give them forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up for Harrison.
This is a big stop for Kokomo if they can get this right here. I mean, forcing Harrison to punt at this position of the field guarantees you positive field position.
Linebackers trying to get back there on Green. Hit him in the backfield. He doesn't gain any yards. I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage once again as Kokomo blitzed Green on that left side run, and they stopped him right at the line. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up.
You know, wow. You ask your defense to step up when they have to, and I think this is the most crucial time to ask your defense from Kokomo to do something. Right now, forcing a 3rd and long, and I'm just thinking, do not let that screenplay beat you for 10-plus yards. Kokomo has been beat on 3rd down a few times already today.
Big play for the Kokomo defense. 3rd and 10 for Harrison, back to pass. Sturgeon gets all kinds of pressure. Ball is out. Fall out of the end zone. Touchdown, Kokomo. The defense scores.
Wow.
We'll have to look at the replay. Looks like Marcel Kenner fell on the ball. Maybe not. No, I take that back. That looks like number 67, Markel Freeman. Wait till you see this on the replay, folks. Lots of pressure from that Kokomo team.
Good thing referees can't look at our replay, but we'll take a look at it. No, that ball is clearly out before the quarterback is even coming down. That's a clean fumble and a clean recovery from Kokomo. What a job by the defense. Said they had to step up right now, not forcing a punt, getting the 6 points themselves.
What a play on defense for Kokomo now. They line up for a 2-point conversion. Give it to Jerron Gray. He's running around the right side. He's got to put his shoulder down. He gets it in for a 2-point conversion. And just like that, Kokomo's up 14-10 on the CFD investment scoreboard.
That's a huge conversion. When you consider Harrison's field goal kicker's ability, that play could be the deciding factor in this game. So now Harrison's a 6-point score away from taking the lead. Not a field goal. It's not going to do it. Nice job of Jerron Gray extending that play and getting just enough, making it to the pylon. What a huge conversion.
Yeah, safety Connor Armuth from Harrison really was anticipating that play to go inside the tackle. We've seen Jerron Gray run there many times in this game. He stepped right. Jerron Gray went around him and had the edge. He got the 2-point conversion. What a swing right there after the defensive touchdown, after the sack and fumble. And it was really number 67, Markel Freeman, I think, who made the most serious contact on Sturgeon on that play. But then Brevin Beard was on a blitz as well. And between the 3 Kokomo defenders in the quarterback's face, he lost the ball, falls into the end zone. Kokomo scores. Now they got to stop him again. I mean, you gotta continue to do what you've done this whole game. You've only given up 1 touchdown in the whole game, and that was on a 9-yard series at the beginning of the game. So Kokomo's defense has done a heck of a job.
I've never seen a second-tier lineman call for the fair catch. I'm not going to knock it, but I think
Kokomo,
he could have got at least 10 yards if he would have.
Well, Kokomo went offside, so they were drawing the play dead. So they're backing it up to the 35 now to do the kickoff this time.
You got some of those kids on you. I played kickoff return, and I remember Coach Cole used to tell me not to catch the ball. He didn't trust me to run with the ball, but I mean, if you're going to catch that ball right there and have 20 yards of freedom, go ahead and step up 10 yards and go to the knee.
All right, Dunn's going to put his foot into it that time and into the wind. Ball inside, outside the 20, and return it back out to about the 37-yard line. That's where Harrison's going to take over. A little more than 8 minutes to go in the game. Kokomo now with the lead, 14-10. Defense has had a great game, just scored the touchdown for Kokomo. Now they've got to play tough again to keep Harrison from getting back into scoring position and either kicking a field goal or scoring a touchdown.
And it all starts here on first down. They did a great job last drive, shutting them down early in the set of downs.
Jamie Fryer in the game now, quarterback for Harrison. As he hands off, now Green's got all kinds of room. You hear the press box coming alive. Just like that, they can't catch him. Touchdown right there from the 38-yard line. Green opens it up and scores for Harrison. One play, and they're back in the lead.
And that's all they need, just one play from scrimmage. They felt Kokomo smack him in the mouth, and their offense said, we have to make up for that, and they did. And it only took them one play, like you said. You'll see here just a wide open hole for Green to run through. He could have probably drove a semi-truck through it, and Green just untouched, not once touched, and he's gone. Look at the breakaway speed from number 2. Wow.
It's taken them almost the entire game to see an open field like that, and we knew once he could see it, he had the chance to go all the way, and he did on that play. So with 7:59 to go here in the game, Harrison's back in the lead. Going to go for a field goal try for the extra point. Wind at his back, and it's up, and easy does it. Madron gets the extra point, and that's a 17-14 lead now for Harrison. Just like that, 2 quick scores in our game on our CFD investment scoreboard. We're going to take a commercial break and come right back. This is a thriller from Harrison in our sectional semifinal. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit.
Built in Kokomo!
Sold at Button.
The Kokomo Wildcats have never beaten the Harrison Raiders in football. 5-0 lifetime is this school against the Kokomo Wildcats. And we are in the semifinal of the sectional tournament here, presented by the Indianapolis Colts. Harrison regains the lead, now 17-14 over the Cats here on our CFD Investment Scoreboard. FastPlaySports coverage of this game presented by the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and by Xfinity Channel 81. You'll see this replayed Wednesday night at 9 on Xfinity. Get a bobble there on the return from Dayon. Gets it back to about the 20-yard line. Dayon Aldridge for Kokomo on the return. Prevents Kokomo from being in a difficult spot inside the 10, but he gets it out to about the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Kokomo. Plenty of clock to make a big drive right now and take back the lead. This is going to be some creative play calling because this Harrison defense in a 3-4 has some pretty fast linebackers who are all ball hawks. Kyle Wade, freshman quarterback. Jerron Gray. Boy, he's tough to get down, but he finally is brought down by, I think it was number 48, Jacob Miller for that Harrison defense after a gain of 5.
And you look at the amount of pressure Harrison is sending right now. Kokomo is one play-action pass away from just a short dump-off and a huge pickup, but can you really trust your freshman quarterback and your receivers to throw and catch with these conditions? I think they're going to have to pick it up with their legs. Harrison seems to know that.
Under center, handoff to Jerron Gray again, and he leans forward for about another 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up for Kokomo, but definitely manageable down and distance for the Cats coming up on 3rd down.
And this is where you grab your lunch pail and you go to work. That's what you got to do right here. Get in the trenches, pick up 3 yards. For a lot of these kids, this is your senior year. You have to just give up your body, pick up these yards, or it could possibly be your last game of football ever played. Huge drive for Kokomo.
Wade takes the snap. Gives it to Baker, who's got lots of running room. He's not down until it gets to about the 45-yard line. Big 3rd down run for senior Bo Baker. Cats 1st down.
Talking about seniors that are hungry, that was probably the hardest run of the day from Baker. He was running pretty hard downhill. He hit that hole very hard. Nice pickup from number 3. Kokomo moving the ball.
That's the senior willpower that you're looking for right there. And look at that body lean. Boy, he wasn't going to be denied. Really a big gain saving tackle from Jeep Morehouse from Harrison. Kokomo now 1st and 10 from the 45. Jerron Gray this time, he's looking for some running room, but he's got those linebackers to contend with, and they win the battle. I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, but that's all they get on 1st down.
Tough job by Kokomo. Got to pick up some yards on 1st down. It's been so tough to see him get stuffed on 1st. 2nd and long, not too bad, but once you face 3rd and long, Allen, it's very, very tough to convert.
Ball is on the 46-yard line, still in Kokomo territory. 2nd down for the Cats on this all-important drive in the 4th quarter. Handoff to Jerron Gray. He finds another wall of Harrison Raiders and gets nowhere on 2nd down. 3rd and long coming up for the Cats, and they have to get this conversion. They've got 2 downs to get there.
And now it's a guessing match. Do you run it knowing that you are going for it on 4th down here? Is Harrison going to go soft coverage and try to just stop the pass, or are they going to send a lot of pressure? Pick one or the other. That's all you can do right now.
Handoff. Oh, that's Baker. Well, he gets really hit in the backfield and loses his momentum as he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he getting up a little bit gingerly here as he's kind of keeping his right arm tucked. And I think Colby's going for the punt formation here. He's got to put the ball back there and hope his defense can get the ball back for him with enough field position to score here before this game is over.
And I'd say less than 4% of the plays run today have gone for more than 8 yards, so I think this is the right decision. You got a punter that's been punting the ball consistently all game.
Well, they send the house at him. Nobody's back there to take the punt. Into the wind for the first time for Eddington, and it's a decent punt all the way down to the 20-yard line. That's where Harrison's going to set up for their next offensive possession with the lead, 17-14 on our CFD investment scoreboard. This could be the ball game. If Harrison can run out the clock, they will advance to the sectional championship, which last we heard in that Westfield-McCutcheon game, Westfield had a 2-touchdown lead. We haven't heard a score on that game for a while, but 28-7 Westfield is the latest score we're getting in the press box. So.
Yeah, can you believe that the Sagarin ratings had Westfield?
It's the final.
The Sagarin ratings had Westfield as actually third best in the sectional behind Kokomo, so computers not so smart all the time.
Westfield has already advanced to the sectional championship game, and now we'll see who they're going to face. Will it be Harrison, who runs on first down, and a swarming Kokomo defense gives him a short gain on first down that looked like Green with the ball.
And pretty much everybody's sent right there on a blitz besides the deep safety. You see him right there. I think you keep going with this look if you're Kokomo defensively. Just shut down Harrison at the line of scrimmage. You got to get the ball back. I think this is going to come down to if Harrison can complete a pass or not. Because if they do go with the pass, somebody's probably going to be open downfield. So hope that pressure gets there quick.
Kokomo's got some good coverage, guys. And 2nd and 8 now from the 22-yard line. And we're still seeing who is playing quarterback. Is it still Fryer? Fryer's still playing quarterback, number 9. And on that running play, they'll gain another 3 yards. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 5 conversion. And somebody has called a timeout. So we'll take a quick break. We don't know who took the timeout. Who took the timeout? Anybody know? Kokomo took the timeout. We'll be back after this word. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T U-verse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the U-verse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
Okay. Back we are. Fast Play Sports coverage of this thrilling sectional semifinal game. The Harrison Raiders with a 3-point lead over the Kokomo Wildcats. They got the ball 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Quarterback, Jamie Fryer. Some wideouts. He's going to play action. Nope, he hands it off to Green. Green's trying to get around the edge. Cuts it back, but can't get to the first down marker. This is going to be close. And will it be enough for Harrison to go for it again on 4th down? It's going to be a 4th and 1 decision for Harrison. Boy,
they were stopped last time on 4th and short.
Yeah.
Are you going to go for it again? I think it's sectional football. If you're Harrison's coach, go for it. Tell your linemen this is time to step up. It looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it.
Hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage. Try and draw Kokomo off sides, I think, right now. Coach Terry Peebles has tried this before in the game, and here they go. They're making all kinds of signals, letting the clock wind down. Still have 7 seconds on the play clock. Haven't snapped the ball. Oh, they get Kokomo to move right there. First down. It was number 51, Cheyenne Buttrell, who went across and made contact, and that's going to be a first down for Harrison. That could be the ball game right there.
Hey, you're right. They were just trying to draw him off sides. I don't know if they were going to go with a play there or not, but regardless, getting the penalty, that hurts for Kokomo. You'll see Bottrell here jumping across into the neutral zone. And he knew it
something that
immediately.
haunts you for a lifetime right there. Unbelievable. Bottrell, a senior for the Kokomo Wildcats, makes the terrible mistake with 2:13 left to go in the game. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ball at the 34-yard line. Handoff to Green. He gets caught up in the muck, and Kokomo's going to stop him as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage on 1st down.
Well, they had Green held up right there, exposing the ball, only carrying it with one arm. Go for the ball. You have to strip the ball. Change possessions here.
Timeout Kokomo. We'll play a commercial, come right back. We are Fast Play. A minute 59 left in the game. Harrison with a 3-point lead on our CFD investment scoreboard and the ball. 2nd and 10 coming up here after the Kokomo timeout. Kokomo's been much stiffer against the rush here on defense, but a critical 4th down penalty as Harrison tried to draw Kokomo off sides, and it worked. They got the 1st down and another set, and more clock to burn off, and Kokomo's chance of advancing to the sectional championship is waning. Quarterback Jamie Fryer under center. I formation. Handed off. Rollout. Sack. Loss on the play. Big time on 2nd down, as Kokomo will sack Fryer back around the 30-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 now for the Raiders. But the clock continues to roll. And I think Kokomo, one timeout left.
Timeout left, I believe? Yeah.
One timeout left for Kokomo.
So Coach Colby going to let it run here, force him to run this play, and then burn it immediately after this play is finished. Or it looks like somebody's... Well, Harrison's going to call the timeout with 1 second left on the clock. They're going to talk about it, see what they're going to go with. I think if you're Harrison, you just got to put the ball on the ground, try to run a couple seconds, as long as it takes for the play to go, and then punt it away.
Play a commercial. We'll be right back. We are Fast Play.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit.
Built in Kokomo!
Sold at Button.
1 minute and 16 seconds left. Coach Terry Peebles gives his offense the play. 3rd down and 15. Harrison with the lead, 17-14. Kokomo has to have a stop. They'll have very little time left to produce something on offense if they do. Quarterback Fryer into the game here in the 2nd half. Draw play. There's Green. Green gets upended at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle that time, and that was number 2. Keon Washington with a great tackle on 3rd down, and they're going to send the punt team on the field, but the clock is going to roll unless, did Kokomo take a timeout?
Yeah, Kokomo
stopped
the clock.
Kokomo, their last timeout. Play another commercial. Punt coming up. Ball goes back to Kokomo with over a minute left. Stay with us. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to a world where new is not as new. The parallel universe.
Sweetie, didn't we watch this movie last week?
Not much choice with AT&T U-verse, Dave.
Sir, Xfinity On Demand has way more movie choices.
Nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little repetition, Dave.
Don't get trapped in the U-verse. Get 3 times more movies with Xfinity On Demand from Comcast.
record.
A little more than a minute left of the game. Harrison is going to punt. Short punt. Oh, my goodness. Barely getting over the 50-yard line. Takes a Kokomo bounce. Rolls back to approximately, wow, there was a dangerous decision right there by number 20, Jordan Rollins, as he picked up that ball as Harrison was coming down at it, but he advances it past the 50 and into Harrison territory. They'll be at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Oh, my goodness, that could have been disastrous for Kokomo.
It could have been
right
disastrous, but he actually gave Kokomo 4 more yards. But, yeah, that's a sketchy thing to do
go, man.
with Jordan Rollins. But
he walks up,
boom. Should be playing baseball. Look at that scoop.
I think he's at the 45, so that's where Kokomo sets up with 57 seconds left in the game. Kyle Wade in the shotgun for the Wildcats. If they could score a touchdown, they could win and advance to the sectional championship. That ball was, look out now. We'll see what they call here.
100% offensive pass interference. It's who is that? Rollins down low, or Jordan Matthews down low, number 12. He tackled the Harrison defender. He wrapped up complete. I saw it perfectly. If we could catch it on replay here, you'll see it. Matthews just wrapping up the defender, bringing him down by the back of his jersey, plain as day.
Had to do something because the pass was just not really thrown that well.
And it might be a smart play. Like you said, it might be smart.
There's a penalty. There's 2 penalties. There was a penalty before the ball was even thrown. I think they went offset. And they'll replay the down if I understand it correctly.
Are both penalties on Kokomo?
No.
So then that means they're offsetting, and there's nothing. They'll replay the down.
So all they lose is time on the clock. 51 seconds to go. Still at the 45-yard line. This is 1st down once again for Kokomo. Offsetting penalties.
Oh, great break for Kokomo right there.
Wade in the shotgun. They're going to try and pass their way to a sectional championship game. Can't get the ball to connect. Intended receiver was Jordan Matthews. He fell down too, but the pass wasn't even in the neighborhood.
They got no timeouts left, so they're just trying to attack the outside of the field, make a completion, get out of bounds, and stop the clock. But you got to remember the clock stops after 1st downs in high school. So if you can just pick up a 1st down here and through the middle of the field, go ahead and do it. Just make sure you get to the line as quick as possible.
Wade having the wind in his face as he tries to pass his way to a semifinal victory and advancing to the sectional championship. From the shotgun, Wade's looking. Back to pass, right side this time. He's going to connect this time. Tackled for a gain. Well, they're calling it incomplete. Great hit on the play by Harrison, and Bo Baker, who the intended receiver on the play, drops the ball.
That was just a good hit from the Harrison defender there. I think if that was in the NFL, they might call helmet-to-helmet collision. We'll see it here. It's a big hit. Bo Baker just exposed, making the – actually never even had the catch. But, yeah, that's helmet-to-helmet collision right there.
That wasn't even Baker. We don't even give it to Baker. That's Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2 was the intended receiver on the play, so he gets wiped out. Now this is 3rd down with 38 seconds to go. Wade's trying to get downfield, at least get a 1st down here. Tries to do a timing route with Jerron Gray. That goes incomplete. 4th down coming up for Kokomo. At least a 1st down has to be achieved on one of these pass plays, and they're definitely still in a passing attack. But now the crowd here at Harrison is starting to get on their feet, cheer this team on to a victory and advancing to a sectional championship. You can feel the energy here. Kokomo has never in football history defeated the Harrison Raiders, so this is their chance on 4th down to stay in the game. 32 seconds remain in the game. And they call a penalty on Kokomo as they put 2 guys on the line, extra guys on the line of scrimmage. So that's a procedure penalty against Kokomo. Back it up 5 yards, so it'll be from the 50-yard line where Kokomo sets up 4th and 15 now to try and get either a 1st down or score on this play. You talk about being in a situation where it's all or nothing on 4th down. You got to go for it here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to do. Most of the completions today were just short completions. There's a lot of running after the catch. I don't expect Kokomo to go deep here. Asking for a 15-yard completion is a lot with these conditions.
Get the snap off. Wade's just giving it all he's got. He's going down to try and get a pass play. It's knocked down. That's going to be the game right there. Harrison's going to win this game. Incomplete, as Jordan Rollins was the intended receiver from the pass from Kyle Wade, and it was well defended by the Raiders, and the ball turns over on downs at the 50. All that Harrison has to do is put a knee down, and this game is in the history books. And once again, Kokomo unable to beat Harrison. It's just history.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little sour right now. It's a mental mistake. You could argue that a mental mistake might have cost Kokomo this game. And when I was a senior, a mental mistake was the reason we lost too. A botched fumble or a botched punt return caused us to lose that game, and it was against Harrison. And I got that same sour taste in my mouth right now. At Kokomo, going to have to wait another year to see if they can beat this Harrison Raiders squad.
Well, they'll get many more chances now that they're in the same conference, but this one was a really well-played game. You know, when we look at the statistics of this game in the end, here's two teams that really played well statistically against each other and kept the score tight. Two plays really, well, 3 plays really put this in Harrison's win column. The interception and returning it to the 9 and getting that first score in the game. And then the quick, huge touchdown run by Green to get him back in the lead, 17-14. And then the offsides on Cheyenne Betrell from Kokomo on 4th down and less than 1. It would have put Harrison in a punt situation, but it advanced them to a first down, and that really, those 3 plays made the difference for Harrison, and they're going to take the victory. There's the knee, and that's it. The fans are excited, the ones that stayed here to watch this game in horrific conditions. The final score on our CFD investment scoreboard, Harrison 17, Kokomo 14. It was a heck of a battle, but they will advance to face Westfield in the sectional championship game next Friday night. We'll be here to recap this game coming up next here. We are Fast Play.
Welcome to Creative Financial Center. Our financial advisors look forward to serving you in the financial planning process.
Creative Financial Center is the name of a building dedicated to providing individuals, families, businesses, and organizations with quality financial products and/or services for the achievement of their goals and objectives through a network of associates committed to serving clients in a Christ-like manner by assisting them in the development of stewardship in their lives, believing that it profits a man nothing to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
We look forward to seeing you.
Well, here we are to wrap up our coverage of this sectional semifinal game from Harrison. On our CFD investment scoreboard, the Harrison Raiders beat the Kokomo Wildcats 17-14. That score indicates a thriller, and it absolutely was. As the teams congratulate each other on the field, Harrison has never lost Kokomo in 6 tries, 6-0. Raiders win, and game's over Kokomo Wildcats. And that hasn't changed here tonight. But I'll tell you, overcoming the elements, the game had moments when there was a lot of snow and rain falling. Here at the end of the game, didn't have those conditions so much. It's a wet field, tough to pass in the wind. And at the end, Kokomo was facing the wind, trying to get that final push to either stay in the game or get a touchdown. They couldn't do it. Kyle Wade, freshman quarterback, probably learned a ton here tonight.
Yeah, Kyle Wade, you got to think he's got 3 years left to play. And I know Kokomo's probably going to go with a different look, change things offensively next year, allow this kid who they feel can really throw the ball to have those opportunities. But I'm just looking out here at this Kokomo team, and it's tough. You see the seniors, they're lined up, ready to talk to their coaches for one last time. I mean, it'll bring a tear to your eye. These kids will never play another game. Al, I'd say that I was probably best at baseball. I'd say it's no stretch of the imagination to say that I was probably most talented at the game of baseball. But there was something about Friday night lights, something about showing up on a Friday night and playing those games. You can't compare it to any other sport. Out of all the baseball games I ever played, out of all the basketball games I ever played, nothing beats showing up on a Friday night lights. It's just, and I really feel for these seniors out here because they played a tough game today. And you can see them. Some are going to hang their heads in sadness right now, but they have a lot to be proud of. I think they fought hard in this newly rearranged NCC, and a lot of their seniors, credit Jerron Gray, credit Bo Baker for just great seasons. And Bo Baker really on a career. He climbed the charts all season. He's right up there in the list.
Fourth all-time rushing for Kokomo.
Right
Bo
there
Baker.
in good company. So.
Yep. Well, as our telecast presented by the Kokomo Perspective and by Xfinity Channel 81, you'll get to see this again Wednesday night at our 9 o'clock time slot. So we invite you to do that. And, of course, all the games for the entire season that Fast Play Sports covered are in the archive at FastPlaySports.com. Check out our Facebook page and get in on the action as everybody can make a comment about what they see here with Fast Play Sports. And we'll recap the statistics of this game, which are so close, just like the score, as the final is 17-14. Harrison wins over Kokomo. We'll wrap up after these words. We are Fast Play.
The AP Tip-In is a training and incentive program for teachers and students to help increase AP scores in math, science, and English. The year before the grant, we had 79 passing AP scores in math, science, and English. In year one of the grant, we increased that to 139. Our enrollment has gone from 353 in math, science, and English last year to 489 this year.
The Jeep Celebration event is going on now at Button.
Choose from a selection of over 500 brand new Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Rams. Let our experienced team help find the perfect vehicle for you. And every purchase is backed with amazing Button customer service. Get behind the wheel of the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, designed and engineered to outperform the best vehicles in the industry. Button, on the corner of Clayton Boulevard, or on the web at buttondodge.com. Imported from Detroit.
Sold at Button. Men and women of UAW 1166 are committed to a great product and a great community. UAW 1166 represents the workers at the Kokomo casting plant. Proud to have helped Chrysler resume its role as a leader in the automotive industry. UAW 1166 encourages you to buy what we build locally. Buy Chrysler products. Strength and solidarity, more important than ever.
And the end of the Kokomo High School football season ends here at sectional play again as the Lafayette Harrison Raiders defeat the Kokomo Wildcats 17-14. And the end of a season that had, some bright spots in it with a great road series victory for the Cats, 3 in a row on the road in the middle of the season this year. And, boy, we had one of the top scoring teams in 5A. We had running backs who were ranked in the state for what they were doing, and it was a heck of a year for the Cats, but it comes to an end here in tournament play once again. Now, we look at the statistics of this game, and just the overall statistics. You take away that 62-yard touchdown run from Cameron Green from Harrison, and this game is really dead even. In fact, Kokomo, maybe you've had a few advantages, as total offense for Kokomo ends at 193 yards. 237 for Harrison, so the one play for 62 yards kind of tipped the balance, and the score Harrison's way, and they come away with the victory. Jerron Gray ends tonight with 81 yards rushing. Bo Baker with 47. Jordan Holloman had 33. Marcel Kenner gets some rushing yards in the game tonight, with 14 yards. Kyle Wade only able to connect on one pass to Bo Baker here tonight, and that was a 22-yarder. So he went 1 for 11 and an interception. On the Harrison side, Cameron Green, leading rusher in the game with 152. Daniel Wright with 80 tonight. And they had just enough gas to beat the Cats here 17-14 tonight.
And if I have to give an MVP sticker to any of the players tonight, I'd have to give it to the offensive line of Harrison, the entire offensive line. Too often do you have offensive lines that are looked over, but Harrison's offensive line blocked well when they needed to all game, and all I can think of is that ginormous hole created for Green that allowed him to bust one for 62 yards, and that was the difference maker in the game.
It really was. So there you go from Harrison tonight. They advanced to face Westfield in the Section 11 championship game, all part of the IHSAA football state tournament presented by the Indianapolis Colts. As we say goodbye from Lafayette Harrison tonight, we thank the Kokomo Perspective newspaper and Xfinity Channel 81, our entire Fast Play Sports crew, our producers, and everyone here at Fast Play Sports saying so long from Lafayette. We are Fast Play.